Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ed Bradley. That's Leslie Stahl. This is 60 minutes. This is a 60-minute podcast now. What do you think about that? Do you know how long the All Request Spectacular number 20 parts 1 and 2 together was? 8.5 hours.
Yeah, well, we did 5 hours last time. So.
Yep.
What about? So wait, are you saying this is a 60 minutes podcast in the sense that we'll be done in 60 minutes, or we're exclusively talking 60 minutes?
It's mostly a 60 minutes podcast in the sense that you are Leslie Stahl.
Okay.
And I'm Ed Bradley.
Why do you get to be Ed Bradley?
Because he's a cool black guy and you're a girl.
That's fair.
Asked and answered, Your Honor. Hi, I'm Scott, and this is the happiest day of my life. And that's my friend over there. What's his deal?
I was going to say I'm more of a morally safer man myself.
Ooh, I like it. But he's
Canadian.
Yeah, but the wrong kind of Canadian and not French.
Oh. Jewish Canadian?
Okay, too early for that.
Yeah, it is a minute 8 in.
Real early.
Although, oh yeah, no, he was born in Toronto, but he died
in Israel.
Wow.
Defending his country for the IDF. Just like Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. What a name. And a terrible actress.
She's great.
And tone-deaf politics. I mean, she does come from the country that has spent more time and money training their military. Like, the military might graph of, like, how much time and money you spend on your military compared to how trained your opponents are. There's never been a wider gap.
The opponents are just sort of a straight line right near zero.
Right at zero.
And yeah, and then
it's like a trajectory. It's like nothing. They got rocks. No.
I forgot about the pre-rock period.
Pre-rock Palestine. That was before Dwayne became an international sensation.
Yeah, it was like 1995.
Yeah, but yeah, the ratio of like right at zero for your opponent, and then you go from like day one, you're off the scale. Like It only goes to 10, and you're immediately past 10.
Yeah, you just have to keep making new scales.
Yeah, so
just because the exponential rate
Yeah.
at which you're increasing your weapons technology against these people who just got rocks in 1996.
Yeah. Rocks and sticks against the greatest military. We're going to get in so much trouble on this episode.
Why are we doing the end of the podcast at the beginning of the podcast?
So that maybe like mid-record, YouTube will just shut us down, and then we won't even have to do the rest of the episode.
Oh, while we're recording this live, before
They're
anything has been uploaded.
They're already listening.
Is it through your smart TV?
They've bugged it.
Is that?
It's through my PlayStation 5. It's not really made by Sony. It's made by... Who owns YouTube?
Susan.
No, remember she left the company.
I think it's a brown guy now. He's just using it so he can Romeo dial more girls. Hello, baby Joe. This is the CEO of YouTube.
Owned by Google.
Yeah, I thought you meant the person.
No, I couldn't remember what...
yeah.
Jawed
Google
Karim.
owns the two biggest websites in the world. Google and YouTube. They're doing okay.
Pornhub, thank you very much.
I mean, Google probably owns that too.
They should. Honestly, they should. Except for I don't think they would ever... admit...
Sully their hands.
Neil Mohan is the...
That's my guy.
Is he Indian? Who's to say?
He's very Indian.
But he was born in Lafayette, Indiana... Which is weird that there's two Lafayettes.
Oh, I was hoping for Louisiana.
Who owns Pornhub?
Mohan.
New Pornhub owners. They got new owners.
Oh. Susan? Did she leave YouTube, go to Pornhub?
To own Pornhub, yeah. It's owned by a company called MindGeek.
Okay.
Is a Luxembourg-based privately held company with Canada as its center of operations that primarily focuses on pornography. That's wild. Pornhub is technically Canadian.
Yeah, via Luxembourg.
But its international headquarters are in Limassol, Cyprus. And then they run out of Montreal. Fucking Montreal. Scum.
I had a great correct Jeopardy guess yesterday. Is basically like the head of Luxembourg is this 2-word title. I'm like, Grand Duke? That was right.
Really?
Yeah. That's very pleased with myself.
Grand and a second word. Wizard.
The Grand Wizard of Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
That's a cool title.
Man, I did not realize. Aw. Did you know that they're not allowed to have a YouTube channel or a TikTok?
Aw.
They've been banned from both. I mean, you can't upload pornography.
I was gonna say, what would you do on YouTube
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just
that
don't...
doesn't violate terms of service?
Yeah, I mean, you could do interviews with fully clothed porn stars, I guess.
We violate terms of service, and we're rarely nude.
And rarely either one of us is getting prolapsed. So there you go. I can't believe it's a Canadian company. Well, good for them.
Very exciting.
Good for them.
Sisters doing it for themselves.
Who owns the Bang
America?
Bus?
The Bang Bus, not just Bang Bus.
Oh, no, I want to know who owns the bus. Is it
Oh.
a rental, or do they lease it, or is that they buy it outright with cash? Who owns the bus?
Leasing's for suckers. You just buy that shit.
I know.
Oh, what? I'm gonna pay you so you can still own it? Get out of here.
Yeah, that's true. Stupid. I don't know. It's just owned by some company. It doesn't tell me who owns the bus. I'm very disappointed.
I was hoping it was like another. I was hoping it was another Grand Duchy. Like
yeah.
I hope Liechtenstein owned Bang Bus.
They're like, we're not letting Luxembourg have all the porn equity. What's the second best one? Bang Bus? Done.
Yeah.
Although Bang Bus is owned by a company too, like a different porn group. Or no, Bang Bros.
Bang Bros.
Bang Bros owns Bang Bus. Bang Bus owns me. They own my soul.
For the amount of time you've spent with them, they basically do own you.
I think legitimately this is probably admitting a little bit too much. Like when it first came out,
That was most of
it
your day?
controlled my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go and look up, like, you know, every other day. You're just like, I wonder if they've uploaded, because it was all downloading off of like LimeWire or whatever, Kazaa.
Yeah.
So you'd always just go and see if there was a new one that they had uploaded, and you're like, damn it, nothing. I guess I'm just gonna jerk off to the old ones.
Damn. Did they ever do like a Bang Bus, Magic School Bus crossover?
Oh,
Magic Bang Bus?
I don't know.
Are you looking it up?
Magic Bang Bus parody. Hilarious Magic School Bus. No, I don't.
Miss Frizzle ever get in the mix?
With all the kids? I don't think
I don't
we're allowed
know.
to do that.
I'm thinking out loud here, man.
Magic School Bus porn parody.
Really is kind of a missed opportunity.
Magic
if they
School.
didn't.
So Pornhub does have a Magic School Bus porn.
Great. Are the kids actual kids?
None of this is Magic School Bus related. It is just regular porn. I can't believe there isn't one.
Carlos.
Is that one of them?
Yeah. He's the... I don't know. I just have that, like, intonation of his name being said like that in my head, so I guess he was the dumb one.
Because...
Who's to say why?
Was it a white guy named Carlos?
No.
Oh. There are some white Carloses. You can think of one.
I can think of a white Fuentes.
He thinks he's white. I don't know that he's white.
Yeah.
You can listen. You can call yourself whatever you want.
You can call me
Genetics
Ray.
don't lie.
You can call me Jay.
I gave me a link to YouTube that says Adult Magic School Bus, but it's not what you think it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not the good stuff. It's not Miss Frizzle fucking kids.
I don't know.
It's
the heart wants what it wants.
I think, is it a College Humor thing?
It seems like it could be something like that.
No, it's Smosh.
Oh, that was a thing on the internet.
Yeah, but it seems like it's not. It looks stupid.
I'm sure it is.
Also, why do I have Bang Bros open on my tabs now?
Keep that tab open.
If I stop talking all of a sudden, you'll know why.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too big. You're not You're not gonna fit that.
It's not going to get in there.
The name of the male performer in this is Brickzilla.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to close that tab.
And
And if I'm asking you to close a tab, you know it's serious because I don't close
because
a
you
lot
never
of tabs.
close tabs.
I looked. I'm like well under 100 now.
Oh, great!
I'm doing great.
You know how many I'm at? Zero.
I mean, that
Because
used to
I
be me.
close them.
That used to be me, but we live in different times now.
Yeah, the times where you don't know that you can just bookmark things and then reopen them.
I have bookmarks too.
You could just be doing one or the other, but
No. Yeah, and the tabs aren't bookmarked. I have lots of bookmarks, and the tabs, I guess the tabs don't warrant a bookmark because I'm only going to come back to them once, but I haven't gotten around to coming back to them. I think that's how in my brain it works.
okay.
And I think the system is good. I think you're doing it wrong.
I mean, I will admit that there's a lot of times on this podcast where I'm supposed to be looking stuff up, and then I stupidly close the tab because I think we're done talking about it,
Classic.
and then something will come back up, and I'm like,
Ah,
shit.
damn it.
And then I just got to go back and reopen it. But I think we have we have different types of autism.
Yeah.
You have the autism where you need all of the information in front of you all the time.
Right there.
And I'm the kind of autism where I need everything to be
Clean.
neat and tidy. So I'm like,
clean.
okay, I'm not using any of these tabs. Close.
Close.
Or it's the same thing with no, I'm not going to say that. Continue.
Well, now you have to say
No,
it.
I'm not going to say it at all.
You can't leave these people hanging. You can suck on that coffee all you want. No one's going anywhere.
I'm sure I'm not the only one that does this, but when I frequent the pornographic sites, I will definitely
Ew.
go through and open a new window, just so that I see all the options.
Sure.
So then sometimes there'll be 9 open.
Yeah.
I'm done using them, and then I go why did I open so many? I'll go, if I let's say I
it's a
open
real
10,
you're
and I go the first one I'm nah, second one third one okay, this is the one done, and I'm well, I still have 7 that I opened that I didn't even look at,
your eyes were bigger than your penis.
which is hard because but I'm sure a lot of people do that. I can't be the only one that does that.
No. Yeah, because you're I'll get through all of these.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Busty matures, and then I go, well, that one's good, that one looks good, that one looks good, that one looks good, that one looks good, and then I go, close, gay porn, done.
Yeah.
Why did I open all that?
Why did I
straight
open
porn?
all of these straight porns? We all know how this ends. Who am I trying to fool? I'm by myself.
Yeah, I don't need to hide my.
Maybe with my dad.
Yeah,
If it's the weekend.
if it's the weekend.
Do we say this is the news?
No,
This is
not even a little bit.
not even a
Not
little bit.
Even a little bit.
This is I did the news sound at the beginning, so they should understand it's the
that's true.
news. Because, if you turned on the news and you knew it was the news, even if they, sort of rambled at each other about gay porn for 10 or 15
As the
minutes
news does quite frequently.
at the top, you'd still know intrinsically that it was the news because you heard that, ticker sound at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, clearly it's the news, and I haven't stumbled onto the... NBC hasn't become the gay porn channel.
What was that one? No, it wasn't. It was a local affiliate, I think, where they were no, local news affiliate accidentally shows penis.
Oh, that rings a bell.
It was a Fox affiliate.
Nice.
KDVR in Seattle.
Hey!
Come on. A Fox affiliate station accidentally airs X-rated photo during Seattle helicopter crash footage.
Perfect time to show it, too.
Because I think they were on their Facebook page for the... for their news channel. And they were going, next, and somebody had obviously uploaded a penis. And... only the 2 ladies noticed, because it's 2 guys, 2 ladies.
Yeah.
So they show it. The 2 guys just nothing. It's white noise to them.
Yeah.
They're just I've seen so many penises in my life. Whatever.
Yeah.
And the 2 ladies are kind of
penis?
Did anybody else just see? But they don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But it's a fully erect penis, and they're just moving on. Now, look at this beautiful sunset that this person posted. And yeah, it's very, very funny. Oh, yeah. Seattle. I wonder if we know the person whose penis is on the air.
Ooh, that'll be fun. Wonder if it's Dave Turner's penis.
Might be.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people of a lot of different...
People of all stars and stripes have seen Dave Turner's penis. It's one of the most eclectic peni out there.
If you're part of the LGBTQ anon plus divided by
double plus good.
What does the B stand for?
Brown?
No, what does the B stand for?
Bisexual.
Bisexual.
Yeah.
So is that them admitting there's only two genders?
See? Makes you think, doesn't it?
Right?
Really makes you think.
Oh, I'm so attractive that I can get both genders.
All two of them.
But you're also including that with all of your other nonsense. Right?
Yep.
I'm not wrong.
No, it seems somewhat contradictory.
I think you should be separate, but equal, but not equal. Right? Because it's like...
They're calling it separate but not equal.
Queer, gay, and bi are all one thing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying that that's one thing, but it's like they fall under their own category as opposed to like non-binary, trans,
queer, gay, bi, and lesbian. All.
Well, who cares about those?
Okay,
those things. 16 minutes in. Should I have said that? And now we're demonetized?
This will be...
Fight it. Fight Scott. Fight it.
This will be a fun test. The last two...
Fight Indian Neil.
Parts 1 and 2 of the last one both got auto...
Erotic asphyxiation?
Both got David Carradine. They both got auto demonetized, and I appealed them, and they both got monetized.
Yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know.
They don't care.
You piece of shit, Neil.
You piece of shit, Neil.
Come at me.
Well, what are you going to do? You're going to take away our monetization? We'll get it back.
What, are you going to ask my mom to show feet?
What are you going to do? Not pay us? Oh, wait. That's not Neil.
No, that's not Neil. Neil's okay.
Neil's paying us, is what we're saying.
At the end of the day, Neil's all right, actually.
Yeah. He's better than Susan. Stupid bitch.
Susan was... We can all agree Susan was a bitch.
Susan.
I hate her.
Hate her. Yeah, so what were we talking about?
The news?
It's the news. Isn't it so nice to, in theory, be done doing requests? Unless people decide they want to give us a little bit money anyways to still do requests.
Yeah, we'll keep the door ajar.
Sure.
So, like, if you're sitting on sticking on $100?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, Scott.
Oh no, I meant. Is it going to be more than $100?
Oh, interesting.
Because the spectacular is over. If you're listening to this and your senses are functioning, then the All Request Spectacular is over.
Well, see, 100's nice because it's $50 each.
Yes.
But you know what's better than $50 each?
It's $100.
It's $100 each. I like that a lot more.
Yeah.
So
do we keep it open year round at 200?
Yeah, year round 200 at any point.
Yeah.
Outside of a normal All Request Spectacular.
And then if we ever do an All Request Spectacular again, it'll be 100.
In 2027 or 8. Then it'll go back down.
When I'll be a man of nearly 30.
Temporarily, it'll go back down.
Yeah.
It's not staying down.
Is 200 too much?
150.
150?
I'll settle at 150.
You know what? I think we've negotiated this between ourselves.
I like the two of us negotiating it
against ourselves.
Against each other. Whoa. I'm not going to accept $200. Fine, let's do 150. That's 75 each. That's a fair trade. Okay, I will accept 150.
It's a deal. A good compromise leaves everybody angry. So that's the deal. The All Request Spectacular is over. We've got 2 movies to bang out at the end of this episode.
I wouldn't call one a movie. I would call one hate propaganda. But...
One is, one falls more on the side of hate propaganda, certainly, and will be... I don't know why we're bothering thinking about what we're going to do in the future, because this is definitely going to be the last podcast. But yeah, so let's say, until further notice, if you have something that you need us to watch, and you have $150.
And you're like, man,
make
I
that
wish
happen.
I hadn't wasted all of that time, that brief period of time where they were doing an all request. I'm like, oh, if only I had a little bit more time during that request period, I would have recommended a movie.
If only-
they didn't give me enough time or enough heads up that it was gonna end, and I kind of forgot to do one. But if you really, really wanted to get one in,
If only I had gotten my finances together between October and late May.
if only.
But luckily, we're bailing you out. We're the government, and you're Goldman Sachs.
I was gonna say, we're a multi-billion-dollar corporation bank.
Yeah.
And we're gonna help you get back to zero. Now you're back to zero.
Just doing big winks at me.
as
right
if you
now.
weren't already out of zero, and you're just doing it so that you can get government bailout money.
Yeah.
No, seriously, we have no money. Look, none of our executives got paid.
Yeah. Well, those guys.
Well, those guys aren't executives.
Yeah, those guys are important. They have to get paid.
Yeah, those are higher than executives.
Yeah.
They need their money.
Those are-
what are they supposed to not go on their third vacation of the year?
By their fifth house.
By their fifth house? Yeah, oh, come on.
Yeah,
They're people.
those guys
they're
are-
human beings. You have to let them live.
There's a quality of life issue.
Man, I wish I was smarter and more. Yep, there you go. Smarter.
I wish you were smarter.
Oh,
too.
I should have been typing or clicking on things when I was doing. I wish I was smarter and more motivated to become just like a scumbag who's like a billionaire.
It'd be cool to be a business criminal.
Like it would be great because at a certain point you don't have to try anymore.
No.
which is nice.
no,
Nice.
at a point you're just set.
Yeah, you start off, you do a little bit of grunt work for like a couple years, you kiss the right amount of ass,
Yeah.
and then you're just like, oh, I don't actually have to work anymore. I just get paid now.
Yeah.
My job is getting paid.
That is a nice job.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living? Oh, I get paid.
Oh, I get paid. I fucking get
I
paid.
make money for a living.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, that must be nice. It's very nice.
It's great. I recommend it to anyone. I kind of like to be a Chinese business criminal, though. Did you make the small international sign of small penis
did.
at me?
I did. Small penis and look, I know personally you like to see. Do you really want to have less vision?
I do like to see.
And also,
That's
if
true.
you're Chinese, people are going to cut your penis off and grind it up for medicine.
Yeah, but also I'd like to
Get away with murder.
I like-
literally get away with murder.
Yeah, I'd like
and then
to-
just flee to another country and live in Vancouver.
Yeah, I'd like to sell Falun Gong practitioners' organs, and then when they say you need to knock that off, just come to Vancouver and buy 12 houses.
What do you think the ratio is of this is going to be a very interesting podcast to find out what happens after we upload this. What do you think the ratio is of like actual legitimate immigration to Canada and contributing to society and business criminals?
Ooh, well, in Vancouver, I'd say 94-6 in favor of business criminals.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canada overall, I don't know, 80-20.
It might be less because
Probably less. I mean, Vancouver is very high, and other places are not so high.
Yeah,
We're sort of the hub.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see a lot of proper government like forms and details on a lot of people who live in certain regions of Vancouver.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I need to see how you got here. Do we want to do very quickly wrestling breaking news? Did you see who won the two semifinals?
I
Were
did.
you
I was,
wrong- were you
was I
wrong
wrong
on
about both? I was.
I did not think that Titan was going to a Best of the Super Juniors final.
No, this is a breaking New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of the Super Juniors. Maybe 30? This might be the 30th one.
Might be 30.
The tournament semi-final breaking news. Finals will have happened by the time you hear this.
Are we really getting a Master Watto win?
I think we're going to go Watto win. I think we're going all in on Watto, baby.
All right.
It's a good thing he won us over after us hating him for several
That
years
is
leading
true.
up to that.
After him being terrible, and then you're like, oh, he does one really
has a really
great
cool
move. Like, well, I guess we like him now.
We're in. The I guess I didn't finish my thought.
Whatever, who cares?
$150 to paypal.me/NotScottHenson. You can have us do your dumb movies year round, but the spectacular is mercifully over as of the end of this podcast you're hearing right now.
I'm gonna say at the end of this statement.
At the end.
Done.
Sorry, the last two people. Speaking of the people, I should thank the people who gave us money, because that seems like a nice thing to do, because they did a nice thing for us. So we had a total. I'm going to say we were expecting slightly less. A total of 144 requests, which is why it took from the aforementioned October until late May, and not October until, I don't know, late November, as we were sort of planning. We're like,
Kinda.
I guess it'll bleed into December probably. No, it'll bleed into the late spring. It's summer soon.
It's almost 6 months into 2023.
Correct.
Terrible.
Terrible.
We're bad at this.
Yeah.
Or it's been our plan all along, and you people are idiots because you fell for it.
What do you mean, you people?
You know, the people listening.
What do you mean, you people?
You mean you people.
So, thank you to Deja/Dionite, Ben S, Jacob D, Adam T, Carl H, Brock B, Chairman Meow, Kayla W, and Antigone/Edgy Berserker, who I believe follows you on Mastodon.
Yep.
Nice. Bennett S, in-house animator. Ryan B, Tyzok, Eric C, Franklin Bobbert Lashley, a.k.a. the Rabid Wolverine, Herschel Walker. Stephen Cruz, Cody A, Pseudo Scott, Kemu Coffee, Leo Larkin, Trank, Antifa Catboy, and thanks Catboy for all the timestamps for the reviews on all the episodes. Much appreciated. Caffeinated, Andrew C, Landon DeFever, a name I love to say, Dylan C, Mr. Minky, not Leo Larkin's brother, Kevin F, Schnoodlebug, sorry we couldn't make you premier, but I'm glad it went well, Circles Forever, Greg M, Michael W, Alex B / Mr. AI Games, if that is your real name, Dank Memes Incorporated, same thing, Fantasia Stroop / Live / UV currently, I believe. We look at the evolution you've had just during the spectacular. DOS Days / Wes R, Wayside Comet / Jason M, Trev Mageddon / Jason K. You'd assume the guy's name would be Trevor, but nope.
Is it Brian?
It's not. No.
Oh.
Jason K is Trev Mageddon.
Yeah.
You'd think a Trevor would be a Trev
No,
Mageddon.
I think a Brian would be a Trev.
I mean, I would love another Brian. And I have Kelly listed because he requested Chirpy,
he was a
and we
good
did
boy.
it for $0.
He was a good boy
For a while.
and then he ruined it. And now he's never a good boy again.
One of the worst boys.
One of the worst boys you'll ever meet.
And then, so that covers a good chunk of people. But then there's the people who gave us $100 or more dollars. And those people are Nick S, who got the whole thing rolling, which before the spectacular even started with those...
Oh, yeah, the Halloween.
The Halloween pre-requests. Eve, Garfield Von Kaiser, Osmond John, Caraxa Collins, Taylor B, Honest Gaslighter / Sean B.
That's a great name.
It's a good name. And...
I like being honest about your gaslighting.
I'm an honest gaslighter.
Very funny.
And Paul Odyssey. And that brings us to the top 10.
Paul Odyssey. Seems like a jobber from the 80s.
Kinda, yeah. It's a cool name. Number 10, Pay Pig Eric. Will come up later. Tied for 8th. Not a creep, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimbo Zimbo, whatever you want to call him.
Jimbo Zimbo. What a name.
Fan of Japanese baseball. Maybe check out at Pacific League TV ENG on YouTube.
YouTube.
And YouTube.
Not the JewTube.
That's different.
Don't be weird.
Number 7, Tommy. Number 6, Brian D / Here I Am. Number 5, Zachary K. Number 4, Orca Bay / Tachyon Orca. And then there was some movement amongst the top in the last few days. Number 3, Sonex. And until the last day, number 1, but now number 2, but very much number 1 in our hearts, Mo, who does the best work, regardless of the numbers. And sneaking by Mo on the last day, when we posted part 1 of the last all request, I put the deadline as that day on the YouTube description, and he came in and snuck in with I believe his 7th request, all of which were just in the last few weeks. Where Tib, number 1. Ekes it out with a buzzer beater.
Squeezed it in.
Yeah. So thank you to every name I just listed. We can't believe you guys were as into it as you were. So thanks.
I have just now posted, although by the time you were listening to this, it's already happened a couple days ago. I had been doing a secret letterboxd list of all request movies.
That's right.
And I just now publicized it. It is now a public list. Now, obviously, it's not everything, because it's not music videos, YouTube videos.
Porn.
No, porn's on there.
Really? Spider-Man?
I don't know if Spider-Man specifically.
And XXX porn parody is on there?
I don't remember. You could, but there are... Yeah, it is.
Amazing.
Bam. Look.
Bam. Would you rate it?
I just logged it. I didn't give it a rating because it's porn. It is one. So yeah, it's all the movies or the anime that are listed on Letterboxd as an option, and it is 104 things.
Nice.
Now, get ready for me to blow your mind.
Oh,
I'm gonna read them all. No. There are definitely a couple that I forgot we even did on this because of how long ago it was.
I don't mind just running.
Do you want me to run through them all?
Yeah, I've got them here too, and I'll have ones that aren't on your list. Although for the very first ones I just wrote, because we had already done them, I guess. I just wrote 4 Halloween movies, but that was Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat.
The Journey of Natty Gann, the Legend of
Bagger Vance.
Don't
say the wrong word.
You know the one, the documentary style one on the guy. The Portrait of Dorian Gray.
Leslie Vernon.
That's the one.
Behind the Mask.
Yeah, that was fun. What were the other 2?
Sleepwalkers. Which, ever since that movie, I have consistently been listening to that the song over the closing credits. I almost said Sia. The Enya song.
Yep.
It's so good.
It's good.
It's so good. What was the other one? Black Christmas. No.
That although that was a previous all request. I can find it. Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Uncle Touchy's Naked Puzzle Basement.
I don't know if that was a movie.
Oh. That was a home movie.
You know what? It was a home movie.
A home movie.
I'll have it on the thumbnail of something.
Now I can just think of that Enya song.
All Requests Spooktacular, I believe, is the title. Where are you? We got Trick or Treat. We got Behind the Mask. We've got a Sleepwalkers, and we've got a It's Too Small to See. And I gotta watch the ad. I hate it. Oh. Why?
Show it to me. Maybe I'll know what it is.
No, I'll be able to see it on the video, but on the thumbnail on my phone, it's too small.
God, there are so many things on here that I can't believe we watched this.
Oh, I know. It's shocking.
I've forgotten about so many of these things.
Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read them, and I'm going to say what my rating was as I go.
Okay.
Hairspray, 1. Revolutionary
Now,
Girl.
these are out of 5.
These are the 5.
Okay.
Revolutionary Girl Utena 2. Redline 2.5. The Glass House 3. Kung Fu Master 3. The
Kung Fu Master's a 5.
Book of Henry 1.5. Flipped 1. Force of Execution 1. Mishima: A Life in 4 Chapters 3.
I like how something really has to earn a half star from you, like a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
some of them are just because I don't care enough to go. Like,
They're not
half
worth it.
stars for me are like
Special.
are movies that make me angry.
Uh-huh.
And nothing's made me angry yet, but there is a couple on here. So
Good.
The Assignment 2, Komodo Michi Rise Up 3.5, Death Promise 2, Loquisha 1.5, Ghostbusters 4, Ghostbusters 2, 3, Ghostbusters Women 1, Ghostbusters Afterlife 3.5, Myra Breckenridge 2.5, Where the Dead Go to Die half. Smoking Aces 3.5, Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
That was a pleasant surprise.
3.
I enjoyed that.
Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama 1.
Mm-hmm.
Fooly Cooley 2. The Fall 4.
The greatest anime of all time.
2.
2 out of 5.
Yeah. The Fall 4.
Falls cool.
Postal 1. Made in Abyss Journey's Dawn 3.
I'm probably gonna watch
The third one, just so you,
more Made in
just so
Abyss.
you can find out what happens.
I need to find out what
the
happens.
conclusion.
Yep.
Maybe,
And there might be more. There might be more sad TF.
maybe. Yeah. And killing.
The most heartbreaking TF you ever. Yeah, and then Mercy killing
Mercy
afterwards.
Killing, yeah. Made in Abyss Wandering Twilight 3. The Black Hole 1.5. Warzone 3.
God, I forgot the Black Hole was a movie.
Yeah, me too. Crash 2.5. Candyman.
And that's good Crash.
That's good Crash. Candyman 3.5. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark 3. Sonic the Hedgehog the movie 2. Dread 4.
Dread was sick.
Wild Tales 4. Astartes 3.5. Wake and Fright 2.5. Kiki's Delivery Service 3.5. Godzilla Final Wars 2.5. High and Low the movie 3. The Wrong Guy 3.5.
Wow, I really had to think for a second on what High and Low the movie was.
Yeah.
It came back. It was like all the gangs, right?
All the gangs, yeah. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island 2.5. IB Area 0.5.
That's a for show half out of 5.
Yeah. Bamboozled 3. Old People 1. Yeah, Old People, right?
Jesus.
Top Secret 3. Vivarium 0.5.
That is an infuriating movie.
Bad Boy Bubby 3. Small Soldiers 3. The Tale of Princess Kaguya 3.5. Sharknado 3 1. Romeo and Juliet 2.5. Ninja Scroll 4. I forgot how much I liked Ninja Scroll until I just saw the 4.
It was good.
Mean Girls 4. Tokyo Gore Police 3.5. Mob Psycho 100 2. I hate it. Demon House
I
2.
didn't hate it.
The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane 2.5. Bonk Up Back Up 3.5. Lahane 3.5. Chappie 3. The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz 2. Yeah, do I remember anything that happened in that movie? No. I do not.
I remember Richard Dreyfuss being annoying.
Being a Jew?
Yeah.
Decision to Leave 3, which I thought about it a lot more. That might get a rewatch and a better rating.
Are you gonna do you're gonna do a rewatch?
That might be a rewatch and a better
I was
rating.
wondering if you're gonna do a live bump up.
I think it stuck with me a lot more after the fact.
Yeah.
That I was like, okay, maybe I was harsh on that.
Yeah, I would give it towards a 4 myself.
Ready to Rumble 1, but also 5.
But it's your favorite movie.
Yeah. Spider-Man Triple X parody I didn't give a rating to. Free Guy.
Logged.
Free Guy 7. Yeah.
7 out of 5?
7 out of 5. What is a Woman? Half. But you can't even see the reviews for it, so Hackers 2, which I think is high.
Might be.
Ram Jane 2.5, Mysterious Skin 2, Coonskin 2.5.
Mysterious Skin 2?
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
It's good.
It's just got insane things in it, but the
that
movie
makes
is
it good.
Stupid.
I'd put that higher.
Ravenous 4. The Catcher 1.5, that might be high.
That also might be high.
Paranoia Agent 3. Cracker Jacked 1. I don't know why I gave it a 1. Fat Man 3.5. In this corner of the world, but not other corners.
But not other corners.
Just this corner.
Because that's a
2.5.
Other corners makes it a very long movie.
Mirror Mask 2. The Birds 4.5. Better
Nice.
Off Dad 3. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence 2. So I disliked it so much that I will be selling my Criterion Blu-ray of it.
Bowie's rolling in his grave.
Tard 3. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish 100. I give it 4 because I gave the other one 5, and it's not the other one, but it's still really good.
Adam disagrees.
Well, Adam's wrong. Leon, not the professional, just Leon.
Yeah.
4.5. Torque 2. Short Circuit 2. Fantastic Lies also 100, but 4.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
what a satisfying movie.
So satisfying. The Tenant 3.5. Chirpy 1. American History X 5.
Chirpy was on there
Yeah.
as an animated short. Love it.
American History X 5.
Okay.
Teton 3.5. Sorcerer 4. Read or Die 3. Close 4.5. Roar Always 5.
Always 5.
Mystery Men 2.5. Live and Let Die 2. Digimon 1. Batteries Not Included 3. Short Circuit 2 2.5. Chunking
You
Express.
didn't mind Short Circuit too, huh?
I thought it was more fun than the first.
I guess
one.
it was more fun than the first.
And also, it's exclusively a white guy doing Indian.
Yeah. It is cool that they made the most racist character a racist side character from the first one, the
main
star of
character
the second one.
Chunking 4. Steamboy 2. Erased 4. And then spoilers for the last one, but I'm not going to say it out loud. But it's a 3.
Which of the two?
Well, the other one obviously isn't.
I guess
on
the
there.
other one doesn't get to be on there. Yeah.
The other one's not allowed on Letterboxd.
It might not. It also might not be allowed on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll find out. And like, if you can't see my review of What Is a Woman, I don't think you're gonna even get star ratings available for this thing.
Yeah. Did you make a review of What Is a Woman?
Yeah.
Have you read it on the pod? Is it funny?
I don't remember. And What Is a Woman? Your reviews are...
I hope your
Reviews unavailable due to a high volume of moderation traffic. Reviews for this title are hidden at this time. Reviews remain visible on members' profiles with the exceptions of those removed for violating our community policy. My review is...
What Is a Woman?
What is
annoying?
I don't want to give this a rating, but I will. I'm mad that I had to watch this for my podcast. I'm mad that there was a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of it that I agreed with. There is a liberal left-wing accredited female doctor that says legitimately the dumbest thing I've ever heard any human being earnestly say out loud, and it made me so angry. And it's liked by 3 people. So,
nice. So somebody's seen it.
Somebody's seen it. Well, I guess if you follow me, it would be in my recent activity. And I think it's on your profile, but it's not listed publicly under the movie.
Right, that makes sense.
So
it sounds like more people should follow you.
It sounds like more people should go to Letterboxd and follow Sarian Softpaws. And I'll give you a quick update on my Mastodon followers. How we doing? I'm at 7.
Not bad.
7, and I've made 3 posts, although I think posts also include replying to people. So I've made 1 post.
And they're all the sentence, I'm gay.
It's just the picture of...
You're using Mastodon as Grindr.
It's just the picture of you and me.
Oh, nice.
And I just wrote...
Cute.
Just a couple of cat men, and that was it. I felt like I had to post something.
Sure.
Keep my audience coming back for more.
Keep them engaged.
Keep them engaged.
Maybe there'll be the promise of more cat men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely owe them something cat men.
Oh, we do.
Related. We'll get there.
We do have more time now.
Yeah, and also when it's not so hot. Because I don't think I want to be outside in my gear.
Yeah.
So let's wait for another calm, cool day. And
I think it's supposed to be reasonable for a week or two literally after today.
oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I can't.
Today's the hot day.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do 26 degrees at 10 p.m. anymore.
No good.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate.
Not
That's all
gonna
I
do
is
it.
hate.
Wouldn't be pretty.
What were the things that aren't on Letterboxd that you said you had the rest of them, but you don't want to go through the list and find them because it's too much work? No, it's fine. I agree with you. I wouldn't want to do it either.
I would think
there's a Bjork music video.
Most are music videos.
Yeah, I know. There's mostly music videos. I think there was a little bit of anime that wasn't on here. Was there?
Was there?
Was there a series of anime that we watched that wasn't on there?
I would think any anime series would be on Letterboxd. Yeah, we got Bjork's Triumph of a Heart. Sonic the Hedgehog gets stuck in the hole because he's fat. Sonic and his lover Bartleby fist fight the Oracle of Delphius. That's the thing I think I forgot to mention last time. They don't fist fight.
There's no fist fights.
Stupid. That's probably why it should have kept its original title, Sonic Goes to Egypt.
Sonic Goes to Egypt.
That was at least truth in advertising.
Yeah, that's true.
Any other bullshit on here? I feel like there's a couple I don't remember you saying, but maybe you just went through them fast. Better Off Dead?
No, it was in there.
All right. Yeah, I assume they're all in there.
It's almost as if you weren't paying attention to anything I said.
Keely Williams Spectacular.
Who's
That's
speaking?
a good. Who's talking?
That's one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Juice. That was a good one.
E40 Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah.
Ghost Whisperer Season 2 Episode 4.
Yep. Yep.
Justin Trudeau versus Patrick Brazo charity boxing match, which seems like a very long time
Do you remember
ago.
what his nickname was?
There were cool political nicknames.
The pundit of whatever the fuck he's from.
Yeah.
And the pugilist of the punt. Yeah.
Pugilistic pundit?
I don't know, maybe. And
Braz
Nux.
Brazo.
And I hated it, and you thought it was fun.
And I still think that.
Oh, there you go.
I have not changed my opinion. Demon House, did that make
That was on there.
That was on it? One I can't mention yet. Ding by Seed.
Oh, yeah.
Did Happy Birthday Bunnykins make it on there?
Oh, actually, you know what? I don't even know if I ever looked for it on Letterboxd.
I bet it could be.
Happy birthday, Bunny. It is not.
Sad.
It is not on there.
Zootopia Plus Season 1?
I don't know if Zootopia Plus is on there. Oh, it is. I guess I just never added it to the list.
Rate that shit live.
Well, I'm putting it on the list, so give me a fucking second.
Don't.
Oh no, I logged it. I just didn't put it in the list.
Ah.
I give it a 2.5.
Fair.
I think it was a half star for every one of them, and that's it.
So if they had done more episodes,
or if they had just done I think the one that I liked, I'll give 1 star to.
yeah. The first 2 episodes of Velma.
No thanks. I don't think that's on here. It's not. Although there's a 2018 movie I've never heard of called Daphne and Velma.
I mean, it's
a live action movie.
It's pornography.
I wish. Both these girls look like they could be old enough.
Good. The changed video game is probably not on there,
I would doubt that. Yeah.
but that was cool. And I guess us having a snack break is probably not on Letterboxd, and me annoying you with baby voice is probably not on Letterboxd.
I'll look, but I doubt it.
But those were 2 of the best requests, in fact, and that's why Mo is number 1. Are you looking on Letterboxd?
No. I've just been writing. I've been writing reviews of movies I haven't seen, and then
I like that.
and then they get a bunch of likes. So, I did one for Barbie. If this doesn't have major plot lines about hating your ex-wife and that you should never have kids because they're awful, while also including the not having genitalia gag, then I don't even know what Noah is anymore.
Yeah, I definitely want. I want heavy divorce themes.
Yeah,
because that's what Noah does.
Children are awful.
Yeah,
and also Ken doesn't have a penis.
I want. We need smooth gauze.
Has to be
smooth gauze.
Has to be.
Yeah. Computer. Show me smooth gauze.
Smooth gauze. And then for Disney Plus's new White Men Can't Jump reboot,
it sucks.
I just wrote, who the fuck is this for?
Yeah. Was it so popular in 1991?
I really like the first one. I think it's really good.
Well, the first one's good, but did it demand a reboot?
It's not even about demand of reboots anymore. It's about you own the intellectual property,
and you have
to use the intellectual property because the people in charge of studios are not creative. They're like, what will make us money? People want remakes, redos, re-ups, resubs. They just want the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
No, but that's what they
If you
think
look at,
for some
if
reason.
you look at how many of those type of things don't work,
yeah. Lots. It's not like a great batting
those
average.
studio execs are only looking at the ones that do work.
Hey, look at the success of these. Yeah, and how about the failure of all
they're
of
like,
these?
oh, like 15% hits.
Yeah.
So let's just keep going, and it'll just always be 15%.
The system works.
They don't look at it as like, well, 85% of these are like critical and financial failures.
Yeah.
So maybe we should consider new things.
But look at these 15.
They're like, no, let's remake Mulan, but do it terribly. Or let's remake The Lion King.
This time she gets top surgery.
Ooh. I'd watch. No,
you
I don't
wouldn't.
like the scars.
I don't like the scar.
No, but like, yeah, it's like
Lion King, and he gets top surgery.
let's do Lion King, but like, you know how in
Teen Simba getting a sweet set of tits.
that's pretty nice. That's pretty
We can agree.
nice.
That's
we can agree.
pretty
that's
nice.
Pretty sick. Yeah, I just all these like remakes or like things that Apple TV is gonna do like a series, like what was the one that I saw? Amazon Prime is doing a series of Fatal Attraction.
Interesting. Yeah,
But, like,
I have the same question. I assume you do. Why?
Is that movie so popular that they have to redo it as a series in 2023? I think the male lead is Joshua Jackson, and the female lead is
Sharon Stone.
No, it wasn't Sharon Stone.
Glenn Close.
It was Glenn Close.
Sharon Stone is Basic Instinct.
What did I just say was Fatal Attraction?
Yeah.
Your girl, Lizzie Kaplan.
Ooh, now I maybe.
But I
have to
don't know,
watch it.
is she the crazy one or is she his actual wife?
She's the crazy one.
It's described as it's Paramount Plus. A
Even
deep
better.
dive reimagining of the classic 80s thriller.
Love a reimagining.
In exploring timeless themes of marriage and infidelity
And
through
women
the
being
lens
crazy.
of modern attitudes towards strong women.
Oh no! It's feminist fatal
personality
attraction.
disorders,
Oh no!
and coercive control.
No!
So it's the opposites.
I hate it.
It's gender bend,
Oh.
fatal attraction.
Barf.
Because women can't be bad guys, Scott.
Oh God, that sucks.
You can't have an insane woman anymore. You have to have a fat Joshua Jackson with bad hair who's a rapist. Who's her husband? Who did she cheat on?
Randy Jackson.
It's
not going to work for me, dog.
I hope it's the first other male character listed, but I don't think it is. Oh,
Ke Huy Quan.
No. Joshua Jackson is cheating on his wife with Lizzie Kaplan, and then he's the crazy person.
Oh, and he's the bad guy.
Well, of course, Scott. He's a hetero white male. Of course, he's the fucking bad guy. But
So he boils his own
cat
bunny.
Oh, buddy, yeah. Yes.
And then gaslights Lizzie Kaplan into thinking she did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
This is the most angry you've ever
I'm
been.
having
in
a
your life.
visceral reaction to this. I'm very upset.
I was really hoping that Lizzie Kaplan's husband was Toby Huss.
Oh,
Because that's the next male character
male.
listed. Like, oh, noted heterosexual Toby Huss?
I think he is.
No, he's very gay.
For real?
He's the gayest man that's ever lived. Scott.
I don't believe you.
He's gay.
I think Toby Huss is a straight
gay.
man. What are you basing this on?
That he's gay?
I think you're wrong.
I think he's gay.
I think he's gotten more pussy than you could ever hope to get in your life.
Huh? Hello, I'm a ghost. Ooh.
No, I think that is a
Okay, maybe he's just exceptionally good at pretending to be a gay man. Because I feel like he's gay in everything.
yeah, 'cause
isn't he?
He's an
'Cause
actor.
he was gay in American Horror Story.
Divorced with kids.
Yeah, but what does divorced mean?
Gay. Little known fact.
Little known fact. Divorce
Every
means
divorced
gay.
man is gay.
I still really want you to watch Cop Shop just because of him in that movie.
Okay.
He's so fucking good in it. Also, I completely forgot there was a Beavis and Butthead movie in 2022.
Yeah, I have it downloaded or legally bought or whatever
Sure.
we're supposed to say.
Yeah.
But have not watched it.
I totally forgot.
Beavis and
it was a
Butthead
thing.
do the universe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. That's
I've seen one clip about white privilege that was actually kind of funny.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the same. It's all the same
Yeah.
people. So.
Did they reboot the television show? Did that happen? Or did they just talk about it for 15 years and not do it?
I don't know.
And what else did... I feel like there was something else like that.
I'm in. Andrea Savage is in it.
Oh, you're... Who you said was too old?
No, I changed my mind.
Apologize.
I apologize. Andrea Savage is very hot. Also, I don't know that I said she was too old. I
I guess so. I guess you said she was an old lady.
old lady. But
Who's like 6 years older than you.
she's 50.
You're 50.
You're 40.
This is 40.
That was a good movie, right?
Was it?
Everybody was really enthusiastic about a sequel.
Were they?
That nobody asked for.
Don't know if that's true.
Yeah, it's probably true. Anyways,
I'm seeing if 2020's Beavis and Butthead exists. It's a lot of 90s. Still in the 90s.
I think it was just the movie.
Was it just
I think
the
it
movie?
was talked about as a TV show, and they just did the movie instead. That's what I feel like.
Guess what, motherfucker? There's a 2022 season of Beavis and Butthead.
Really?
Yes.
On what?
Beavis and Butthead talking about Dynamite by BTS is a culture clash I was not prepared for. 2 new seasons of Beavis and Butthead have been ordered for Paramount Plus.
Fucking Paramount Plus. Stop ordering garbage.
First season premiered August 4th, 2022. This season made its linear premiere on February. I don't know what that means, but
Linear.
there's...
It's going right from where it ended off.
Season 2 is airing
Currently?
right effing now.
Okay, let's stop.
Let's stop?
Let's stop recording. Let's watch it
Okay.
instead.
I mean, we can watch them talk about "Call Me by Your Name" by Lil Nas X.
Okay.
Is that the Satan lap dance?
Yeah.
Nice. A beat off to that.
Do you remember when one of my neighbors' Wi-Fi was called "Call Me by Your Wi-Fi"?
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I like that.
What the fuck did I just watch? Paris De Silva doing a shooting star DDT?
Yeah, it's like his finisher.
Man. Who's Paris De Silva?
He's half of the Velocities, the Australian guys who had those matches with Aussie Open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Him and a black guy?
Nope.
Him and an abo.
I mean, maybe.
When am I not allowed? I don't know that I'm not
I don't know
allowed
the rules.
to say
When can I
abo.
say it? When can't I say
Yeah.
it?
I would like a better understanding of the rules.
Can I get a pamphlet on the specific rules of Australian-based racial slurs?
Well, we're both not Australian, so it's fine.
So we can just say it?
Yeah.
You only get in trouble if you are Australian.
You only get in trouble if you're in Australia and you say those words. Same thing with you only get in trouble if you're in England and you say packy.
I guess that's true.
Or
Unless we say both of them so much that they get adopted here.
Or if you're in the United States and you say
I was hoping you'd complete the trifecta. I don't know. Should we teased the news an hour ago? Should we do any?
Okay.
Are there other important things?
No.
No
more donating.
No more donating unless you have
you-
$150. Then you can donate. Also, you can just. People have just sent money. Remember before all this,
When people just sent us money.
you could just send money. So you can also still do that to PayPal.me/NotScottHenson, and you can join the YouTube channel. youtube.com/at not Scott Henson, and get early episodes, fun emotes, and a third thing.
And a third thing. The third level.
But we promised the news, and we must deliver.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, all right. Let's do it.
What are we on time?
2 hours.
No. Stop it.
We are at 1 hour.
Hey.
We just hit 1 hour.
Nice. I'm gonna call it the perfect preamble.
The perfect preamble.
Now we're gonna do 10 minutes of news, 1 minute per story.
Sure.
And then do the 2 reviews and get the fuck out of here. I'm feeling chicken today. What are you feeling? Let's have an on-air discussion about lunch.
I'm feeling like as soon as this podcast is over, you're going home.
What? Oh, because you have to play games?
And also, I'm tired. No, we can get chicken. I'm down for chicken. So over the course of the how long again?
In the course of human events,
and in the course of the 2.5 months that the all request was, we
is that right?
2.5, maybe 3,
2 and 3 quarters.
2 and 3 quarters.
2 and 3 quarters.
We have accumulated many news stories.
Yeah.
Because
guys, don't think just because we had to review 144 requests that we weren't also keeping our finger on the pulse of the news.
We are the news.
We are the news.
I am the news.
We're the Judge Dredd of the news.
Yeah.
I am the news.
I am the news.
Yeah.
I'm Newsicus.
No, I'm Newsicus.
It's probably the guy who's not saying he's Newsicus.
I'm Kirk Douglas's son.
Oh, it's my favorite story of all time.
It's the best story.
It is my favorite. I love it so much.
And who's the hero? The second guy who
the
did
second guy who understood
First
the
guy,
joke.
very clever.
Yeah.
Second guy, hero.
Douglas's son kills himself. I can't remember his name, so
it's not Michael.
Eric Douglas.
Eric Douglas. Wait. It's Eric Douglas? We've wrestled an Eric Douglas.
We have wrestled an Eric Douglas.
Yeah.
Brother, half brother, half brother.
I've jobbed to Eric Douglas.
Man. He died in 2004. Good for him.
Good for him.
Went out on top. He's in Tomboy, not Tommy Boy.
I'd know if he was in Tommy Boy.
He did 1 episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Nice.
And yeah. Anyways, Eric Douglas, gone too soon, or the right time.
Right on time. We've definitely told the Eric Douglas story, right?
Sure, we can tell again.
It's probably been a while since we have.
How old was he? He was 46 at the time.
So he was doing stand-up, right?
He was doing stand-up in
unsuccessful...
the early 1990s.
Yeah, like unsuccessful children of very successful people, like, feel the need to, like, do something in the public eye. They can't just, like, keep to themselves and be rich, which seems like a nice life. I don't know why you wouldn't just do that.
You could be gay like your brother.
You could be gay like your brother. Yeah, you could be gay actor Eric Douglas.
Yeah.
That's a nice niche.
That is a nice niche. You could have stolen it right out of his hands.
But no, he was gay early 90s stand-up comedian Eric Douglas. And
I feel like we are too harsh on Michael, because if I was married to Catherine Zeta, I would also
you would
be
also
gay.
get mouth Oh, I thought you were going to say you would also get mouth cancer from eating pussy.
Yeah, but that's why he's gay.
That is gay.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like,
yeah,
I would also do the same thing.
Yeah, who wouldn't be gay with Catherine Zeta-Jones cast the first stone. Yeah.
The story is actually written in his Wikipedia page, and there's a little bit more detail that we didn't know.
Hit me.
But it's not important. Like, it's not super important. So in the early 90s, Douglas attempted a career in stand-up comedy. He performed in New York comedy clubs with much of his self-deprecating material coming from.
What did he do? Carolines?
It doesn't say.
I'm going to say he did Carolines.
Much of his self-deprecating material coming from his status as the black sheep of the Douglas dynasty. Douglas entered the...
Is that show on A&E with the duck whistles?
Duck Dynasty?
Douglas Dynasty?
Douglas Dynasty.
And they all have big beards?
They all have big beards. Douglas entered British comedy folklore, so I didn't know it was in the UK.
Oh.
during a stand-up performance where, according to the club's co-owner Don Ward, he quote-unquote died on his arse at the Comedy Store in London.
I believe that's a stupid Brit speak for having a bad comedy set.
Yeah. He was angered by the audience's reaction to his stand-up routine and shouted, "You can't do this to me. I'm Kirk Douglas's son." A member of the audience stood up and shouted, "No, I'm Kirk Douglas's son," referring to the iconic I'm Spartacus scene in the 1960s film starring Kirk Douglas. This ended with the majority of the audience standing up and repeating the line, "No, I am Kirk Douglas's son," until he stormed off stage.
It's perfect.
He was arrested multiple times throughout the 1990s. One was for kicking a Beverly Hills police officer.
Nice.
Then he had possession of cocaine. He had several DUI arrests.
Okay.
He was arrested for possession of a controlled substance.
A controlled child.
Police found 11 vials of crack cocaine and 1,085 Xanax pills.
Oh, he's like a Hunter Biden.
He is a Hunter Biden.
Aw.
He pled guilty to all the charges and was placed on probation and was ordered to complete drug rehabilitation.
My sympathy for Hunter Biden now extends to Eric Douglas.
He got arrested again for driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Then he was arrested for disorderly conduct after he attempted to kiss a young girl who was a fellow patient at the rehab facility he was at.
That's more of a Joe Biden move.
It's definitely a Joe Biden move. I like comparing the Bidens and the Douglas.
Also Hunter, because didn't his laptop have a bunch of like him hitting on his 11-year-old niece?
Maybe, yeah. He was arrested for he got arrested for so many DUIs.
So many DUIs.
On June 6th, 2004, a maid found Douglas's body in his Manhattan apartment. An autopsy and toxicology report later determined that the death was caused by acute intoxication from the combined effects of alcohol, tranquilizers, and painkillers.
Nice.
Douglas's death was ruled accidental. And then he's interned in the Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in Westwood.
He's doing an internship there.
Internship at Westwood, Los Angeles, California. His father was.
He doesn't even get to be in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
No,
sad.
His father was later laid with him in 2020, and his mother was there in 2021. I like that they're like, fine, we'll bury mom and dad next to him, like whatever. I didn't realize that Mrs. Douglas was still alive.
Yeah,
that she died 2 years ago. She was 102.
That's a healthy family. Yeah. Those kids come from good stock.
102 and 103. Well, Kirk Douglas was 103 when he fucking died.
Wow.
Isur Danielotovich is his real name. He was Russian.
Disgusting.
He was a red commie.
He looks Russian.
He does look Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Michael kind of looks like...
he looks half Russian, half gay.
Yeah, which you can't do that. You can't have both.
No,
in Russia, there's no gays.
You gotta pick a side.
There are no gays.
And he picked gay, and I applaud that.
Yeah, I agree. He's 78. He seems like he should be older, doesn't he?
He seems like he should simultaneously be older and younger than that.
Catherine Zeta is only 53.
Catherine Zeta is 21 years old.
She's gorgeous. I would go gay for her. It's gay to eat ass, right?
It's
is it gay to eat pussy or to eat ass?
I think it's gay to eat pussy.
Oh, then I'll eat both.
Ass
just to make sure.
Ass is also gay.
Okay, then I'll eat both.
I saw a funny clip of I think it was Mark Normand on Andrew Santino's show, and Santino was being like very complimentary. He's like, I've never seen you have a bad set on TV. You always like crush on TV. And Norman was like, well, my Comedy Central half hour. And then like Santino remembered it. He's like, oh yeah, because apparently Norman had like eaten some random girl's ass the day before and caught H. pylori virus. And he called Comedy Central, like, can we postpone? And they're like, nope, gotta do it now. So he was just like dying up there. He had like 103 fever and like couldn't swallow and just had a real bad time. I don't know if I've actually seen it. That I really want to see his terrible Comedy Central special now. The one time Mark Norman was bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
Because he ate strange ass.
yeah. Well,
And he was saying, even the girl, when he went to do it, she was like,
Are you sure?
You're taking your life in your hands, pal.
Yeah, I'd love to see. That's really funny.
Yeah. I'm sure I have it somewhere.
Well, don't eat random like that's not the thing you do when you randomly hook up with someone. That's something you do.
Apparently, Norman, I don't know if he still is, but at least in his slightly younger days, was a complete degenerate. Like he's fucked in homeless shelters multiple times.
Ah!
Multiple times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gross.
So that's where he's at.
All right. Well, good for him, I guess.
Kidding.
So, like we were saying,
That's my Norman.
We've accumulated. Yeah, we've accumulated a lot of news articles over the course of that 2 3/4 months,
And only made you wait an hour and 10 minutes for them today.
Yeah.
Boom.
So we compiled a list. We have all of the information loaded up, and we kind of just decided we're going to start at the top. We're going to see how far we get, and then we'll move on to what we actually have to do. Where is the first one? It is right here. Oh, thank you, New York Post Online. This is an article from December 14th, 2022, right in the middle of the All
Right in the
Request
middle.
Spectacular.
You'll notice a trend with these stories.
I think you're going to notice a trend that a lot of these are within the December, January, February.
Yeah, kind of in
last
there.
year and this year. The article is that a mom dons cat outfit to protest trans school board member. You can't identify as whatever you want.
Yeah.
She is wearing a leopard print
She looks
bodysuit
pretty good.
with ears.
Yes,
She's
and-
drawn spots on her face.
Yep.
She's given herself a kitty nose.
Yep.
No whiskers, though.
Did she not do whiskers? She
I
just
don't
did nose and
think
spots?
So. It's not close enough for me to tell. I don't think she did whiskers. I think it's
Okay.
just nose. A Phoenix mother who went viral for showing up to a local school board meeting dressed as a cat said she wore the costume to drive home her point about the school's woke agenda. A video of Lindsey Graham.
Okay, very funny that her name is Lindsey Graham.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The
Because
host,
when I first saw it, I'm like, wait, how is he involved? I'm like, oh no,
that's
her
her
name. Because you forget that Lindsey Graham is a woman's name.
it's a woman's name and also a gay Southerner's name.
Yes.
The video of Lindsey Graham, the host of the Patriot Barbie podcast.
Barf. Just like the worst kind of women.
The worst kind of women.
Yeah. It's too bad I want to fuck her.
Yeah, me too. She swept across the internet last month featuring the Arizona mother
The Amazon mother.
in a complete cat costume as she voiced her concerns about the confusing message
Don't
a
play the
member
video.
of the school board who identified as transgender was sending to elementary children.
Yeah. So just like, not even a teacher.
Nope.
First of all, it would be unacceptable. What she's doing would be unacceptable if it was a teacher.
Yeah.
But this is just a member of the school board.
Yeah. What if she doesn't even have a kid?
Just being, I hope. What the person who started the whole litter boxes,
Litter boxes in the Michigan bathrooms.
didn't have a kid.
Didn't have a kid. Was
Just
just
a
a lady.
psycho at a PTA
Just a
meeting.
crazy fucking lady.
And then governors and senators picked
Yeah.
up the story
Yeah.
because that's all it takes.
all it takes.
I'm gonna play the ladies' video.
Oh, okay. Deal.
Meow, meow. I'm not a woman dressed as a cat. I am a cat. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe and confess that I'm a cat? Great. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe that your child or a child from this school would believe that I'm actually a cat?
I do.
No one. You are right. Truth prevails over imagination. Reality exists. Discernment is innate and something we are biologically wired to have. One look at me and you know this to be true. I am a woman posing as a cat.
No,
Nope. Real cat.
that was the clip.
Great commercial. Now we're demonetized. Thanks, fucker.
That might have been the whole clip
I
actually.
know.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I want to see if in this article does it say anything about.
She says some mean stuff about the person.
Nice. Yeah, she's weirdly attractive too.
I know.
I don't like it. Here's an article of her on Fox News wearing the same outfit.
In the costume, which honestly, hats off. She looks good.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Also made
She's got the ears.
Graham also made headlines in December 2020 for defying state lockdowns and refusing to close her popular Oregon salon, prompting
I never would have guessed that that's the same type of person who does that.
prompting a fine of $14,000 from the state. She eventually sued the governor for $100,000 in damages due to the closure and the fine issued against her, igniting a national conversation about unconstitutional lockdowns and the rights of business owners in a time of what she described as egregious government overreach. This is my constitutional right to earn a living for my family, she said at the time, and I'm going to do it. She later published a book titled, all caps, Targeted! One Mom's Fight for Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness, in which she detailed her fight to keep her salon doors open.
I wonder if, because like most of the people like this are moms. So I wonder if like some people just like turn crazy when they have kids. Like it's some weird sublimation of postpartum depression.
Oh.
That just like drives them absolutely insane.
Yeah,
and inevitably toward the right way.
I can believe that.
Yeah. Because like it's definitely like, and they like their identity is being a mom. And also they're clinically insane.
Well, my full-time job is a mother of 3 beautiful children.
Yeah.
And I maintain my house for my lovely husband, who is the breadwinner. But also, my kids will not be learning about sexual identity in school.
And COVID is fake.
And COVID is fake. And if you do not let me keep my salon open, I'm going to sue you and everyone you've ever known.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I wish she wasn't hot.
I also wish she wasn't hot. What did she say?
Nose piercing, upper chest tattoos. Fuck.
Fuck. And like, good body
Good body.
is a cat.
Is a cat. God damn it.
Checking a lot of boxes.
I've honestly wondered if I could just pretend to be a right-wing weirdo so that I could start sleeping with some of these hot women.
I know. Like, just for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's who's getting hurt.
I feel like I'm aware enough of their politics that I could BS my way through it. And as long as I don't say anything...
It's actually a pretty simple path to walk.
As long as I don't say anything too liberal and I go to church, I guess, then I could just be like raw dogging these ladies.
I think we go hard right for 6 months.
Deal.
On the pod. And then see what... and come what may.
I'll come in May.
I hope this really mean thing she said about the school board member is true. A very specific part of it. The rest is just generally mean.
Yeah.
But the only thing he does to identify as a female is put lipstick on. He grew his hair out a little bit, and he wears his deceased wife's clothing to school. To sporting events, to school events, to fundraisers, school events in front of the children.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I kind of hope that's true. Wife dies. Turn trans.
Oops, I'm trans.
Hey, guess who's got a whole wardrobe?
Brand new wardrobe. Full closet. Out of the closet, into the closet.
That's very fun.
That's very fun. I hope that's true.
Yeah. And I fucking love that she was on Fox News in the costume.
Oh, I mean, Fox probably contacted her as she was walking out of... Like they had to get their hands on her right away. They couldn't wait.
No. No, that's very true. I saw one of the members of the school board. He looked at me a little odd. I said, I'm sure you don't want to remember who I am. He said, the cat. I thought he would proceed to chew me out, she said. He said, you know what? Thank you so much for getting up there and saying what you said. Thank you for being bold enough to speak the truth. I've been fighting this agenda, fighting this teacher and this school board member. Nice. The point I was trying to make as a cat was that obviously you can't just identify as whatever you want. Except Lindsey Graham said, which is funny every time. I think she is just in the way that very anti-gay preachers are definitely gay. I think she is in denial about being a trans cat herself.
I like it.
And like she's just, like she's just wearing the costume at home too, like in front of no one. I'm like, who's that for if not for you?
Oh, I found her Instagram.
Is she the second most popular Lindsey Graham on Instagram?
Oh, I don't even see if the other... I literally typed in Lindsey Graham Catwoman Instagram, and it gave it to me.
Perfect. No, but regular Lindsey Graham is posting like thirst trap photos.
God damn it.
God damn it.
I mean, there's a couple that she's wearing a "Don't Tread on My Kids" hat. Then she's got a shirt that says "No balls in women's stalls," and she's standing in front of a woman's washroom pointing.
Yeah, I think we need to look into the postpartum going crazy right-wing theory, because I think there's something to that.
Here's her giving her take on Dylan Mulvaney.
I bet it's...
I don't know. I have it muted so it doesn't accidentally play over the... Oh, and she's got way more tattoos than you could see originally, which I'm really into. Oh, I hate it. I'm so mad that I'm into this woman.
All right, so...
Oh, I don't... Okay, what's this video? Tell me about this video. My experience at Target was gay. No, literally, it was all gay. Pronoun candies, queer journals, non-binary clothing, lesbian Skittles, pride onesies. The words gay, lesbian, non-binary, trans, pansexual, asexual, pride, and queer were all over this first section right when you walk in the door.
Was it the gay section?
It was the gay section of Target, yeah. You cannot shop at Target and avoid your children seeing sexual content. Why the hell would any parent take their child there? Boycott Target is an understatement. There should be prosecuted for exposing children to sexual propaganda. And yes, 2 managers refused to speak to me. They followed me around the store and watched me on camera. 0 customer service. Take my money elsewhere or accept responsibility for the conditions of our culture. There are plenty of places to shop and plenty of places to find other stores. And then she ats her own clothing
nice.
link. They have a business network. This app has a business directory. This is an all conservative business. It's like adding, I guess, other places that are like online targets for conservatives.
Nice.
And then there's a video of her at Target where she's recording the manager people refusing to talk to her while he's on the phone talking to, I don't know, the police. Or whoever. I don't like this. This is like...
It's a tough one.
This is a very confusing time in my life.
Yep.
Because... There are a lot of these crazy conservative women that I think are very hot.
I know.
And I don't like it.
We got new Lindsey Graham. Obviously, you got your girl Boebert.
She's on the market, but
she's on the rebound.
She's on the rebound, but her politics are
reprehensible.
They might be too much.
It's the
bikini video. Okay, continue with what you're doing. I'm busy now.
Okay, so before...
but then it shows her in the bikini, but then it immediately shows her kid. So what am I supposed to do with this boner now?
So before Drew busts, we should perhaps move on to the next item of news.
I would love to.
What do you got?
So this was a very funny story that we saw in
probably between December and February.
It was December. So, in the wonderful, beautiful, how do I say this? The melting pot that is Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Yep. Was it at the corner of Yonge and Dundas?
No, that was where that other thing happened.
Short Circuit 2.
Yes. Kenley, a 59-year-old man, was fatally stabbed to death.
Well, that sounds like a sad story. Where are we talking about that?
Outside the Strathcona Hotel on York Street in Toronto at 12:17 a.m. on December 18th, 2022. 8 teenage girls between the ages of 13 and 16 were charged with his murder. The alleged perpetrators are suspected to have 2 prior violent attacks in downtown Vancouver the same night and are understood by police to have associated via social media and not met in person prior to the evening of the attack.
They hadn't met in person?
Nope.
And then
they formed a group on the internet and said, let's go downtown and fuck people up.
Yeah, so yeah.
Also, they're children.
They're children. So they had a meetup at midnight On
At
a week?
midnight, on
Was it a weekday? I need to know what day of the week it
December
was.
18th.
Yeah. Must have been a Friday. It's got to be Friday. Friday. Got to get down on Friday.
Give me the date. The day was a Sunday.
Okay. Oh, but probably the Saturday night going into Sunday.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Because it was after midnight.
Yeah. Okay.
The 8 suspects, according to Toronto Police Services, were engaged in 2 incidents in the hours prior to Lee's stabbing, one at St. Andrew's subway station and another at an intersection of York Street, Front Street, and University Ave. Earlier in 2022, similar thefts that were also described as swarming attacks by police occurred in the same area of Toronto. 7 occurred at 12:17 a.m. outside the Strathcona Hotel on the corner of Yonge and near both the... Oh my God, stop giving me all... I don't care the exact coordinates of where the stabbing happened.
At latitude.
This isn't where somebody set the world record, so I don't care.
Yes.
Toronto Police Services reported that 8 teenagers allegedly swarmed Lee over a 3-minute period.
And not even like... Because, 19-year-olds are teenagers.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about.
No, we're talking about 13, 14, 15, 16. Somewhere in that range.
Some are in middle school.
Yeah. So they allegedly swarmed him for repeatedly stabbing him. The incident occurred hours before there was a shooting nearby, apparently. So the victim was staying at a nearby homeless shelter. Witnesses told CTV News that Lee was visiting a friend who was living at the hotel. Maybe. Police said that Lee was holding a liquor bottle at the time of the attack, and that the teens tried to steal the alcoholic beverage, which was the motive for the attack. Police also said they do not believe the victim knew any of the attackers. Oh, you don't say a 59-year-old Chinese man didn't know a bunch of 13-year-old girls? 8 girls...
Who is he? Not Dan Schneider?
Not Dan Schneider. 8 girls between the ages of 13 and 16 were arrested near the location of the stabbing just after midnight on the day of the attack. 3 of the suspects were aged 13, 3 were 14, and 2 were 16. According to the police...
So the bulk of them
were 13 and 14.
14 and under.
Yes. According to police, the alleged perpetrators all lived in different parts of Toronto and had only met online via social media, not in person prior to the day of the attack.
And
the
they're
girls lived in locations including Scarborough, at Etobicoke, downtown Toronto, and a part of the 905 belt west of Toronto.
So they're like, let's do a meetup on Saturday.
Let's do a meet cute.
And then they do, and they lock eyes, and they're like, we got to kill a Chinese man.
Murder a Chinese man.
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
Like, what was the theme of the group if they weren't friends in real life?
I don't know.
Was it let's kill a Chinese man?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't think they know.
Was it hashtag start Asian hate?
Hashtag increase Asian hate. More Asian hate.
More.
Each of the accused appeared at the Old City Hall court on the day of the arrest. I think the only thing is, so 2 of them have been charged. The other 7, did I say 9 or 8?
I think 8.
The other 6 haven't been charged. But, even if... Okay, 59-year-old Chinese man. You're probably as tall or shorter than most of them. But, that is the biggest,
Well, it depends. What's the ethnic makeup of the girls?
So, I'm going to tell you...
We keep talking about this Chinese man. I think fair is fair. We got to see both sides of the aisle.
You want both sides of the story?
Yeah.
So you obviously will probably never find out because they're all children, so you can't really see information unless their parents let the lawyers do it.
That would be interesting. I'm guessing their parents won't do that.
Well, unless they want to make an
Unless
example
they're
out of them.
really mad at their kids.
Could be.
I mean, I'd be mad at my kid for meeting up with
Other
strangers
kids and
on a Saturday night and murdering a man. Yeah.
That would be too.
I'd ground them.
So the only thing I could find was a
My parents never grounded me. Is that why I'm like this?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Huh. Talk about white privilege over here. white tummy privilege over here.
My parents didn't do a lot of parent.
They weren't disciplinarians.
Stuff. Well, but not even that. I was never grounded. And then on the other side, I never had an allowance.
Did you get spanked?
Did
you get the wooden spoon?
Not formally.
Did you get the belt?
No, I didn't get the belt.
Scott, we had very different.
I think we might have had different upbringings. Yeah.
I was grounded a lot. I got Hit a lot, spanked a lot.
Now that you've kicked the table, just make sure the waveform's okay. Okay.
I kicked up here. I didn't kick the
right.
computer. I kicked the fucking table.
Look, in one of the tests...
Don't be so scared.
I'm scared all
You're
the
such
time.
a coward. You're the coward.
Maybe if I had had some better discipline when I was a child,
Maybe.
then I wouldn't be scared all the time.
Maybe if your parents had worse parenting skills and didn't know how to handle situations properly, then you would be a little bit less of a coward.
Maybe.
The cowardly tiger. And I'm Dorothy. Because I'm trans.
You're Leslie Stahl.
I'm Leslie Stahl. No, I'm Morley Safer.
Fine.
I want to be a Canadian Jew.
We all do.
What was I going to say? Oh, so there was court sketches of their interrogations, but obviously the faces are like there's no faces.
Yeah, but can you still tell skin color?
It was like black, 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 native, black, black, maybe native or white.
Yeah.
So you're seeing a trend here.
Yeah.
And that-
And
and that
yes,
trend-
that's the only city in Canada where that could be the case.
Correct.
Yeah.
Here would mostly be white or native
Or Chinese.
or Indian.
But they wouldn't do Chinese on Chinese violence. They don't do
Well,
that.
depends where they're from.
True.
Rich part, poor part, north part, south part.
Taiwan?
That's not China.
Oh, yeah.
I need to apologize deeply to all of my Chinese supporters and friends that I misspoke and I may have said some incorrect things, and I love China, and I can't wait to come and make more movies in your beautiful country that includes Taiwan.
As an act of contrition, I will be changing my last name to China. You may now refer to me as John China.
I will also exclusively be having the worst match at WrestleMania next year, so I do that as good faith for the Chinese people.
I will be putting over a guy who is no good, nobody likes, and has no potential.
And
is a pedophile. I almost forgot he's a pedophile. But he was a pedophile with girls.
So it's okay.
That's why he gets to wrestle John Cena at WrestleMania.
What happened
and
to Velveteen Dream?
Velveteen Dream, who was a pedophile with boys, I believe was assassinated.
listen, I know you're a 59-year-old Asian man,
I am, yes.
but you couldn't take out one 13-year-old? Like, give me this same scenario, and I'm going to prison for life because I just
killed eight teenagers. Yes.
Like,
because this is literally the hypothetical. Like, how many blank could you take on at once? And for him, the answer is less than 8 teenage girls.
yeah. Like, there's no way that right away 2 of those 13-year-olds aren't paralyzed from the neck down.
I mean, a face is getting caved in.
Yeah, like, there's no way, there's no scenario where all of those girls aren't dead or severely injured, and I'm mostly okay.
Yeah.
Like, you could stab me once, I'll give you one
Stab
free
me
one.
once, shame on you.
I'll give you a free one. I'll give you a freebie,
Yeah.
and then you're all dead.
Yeah.
And, like, you...
Yeah, I think you let them throw the first stab,
Yeah.
and as long as they don't hit a vital
As
organ.
long as they're not getting
Then it's-
jugular or femoral artery,
Yeah.
then we're good.
Then I'm just going,
You can do it. I believe in you. I bereave in you.
all falling down. Okay. You want a little window in the
Falling down, you mean gay actor Michael Douglas?
starring gay actor Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
The only thing that would enter my head
Oh, boy.
was
Here we go.
was Walking Tall, because it's 4 letters, 4 letters, you see.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to be like this any more than you want me
It
to
is
be like this.
fascinating the way that your brain works. It
It's
really is. I'm not even saying that in a bad way.
No, I understand.
I'm just saying, like, it is crazy.
It's extremely
That you-
mathematical.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
I know. Walking Tall and Falling Down in the same movie.
Well, not particularly, but
In my head, they are.
one is about revenge, and the other one is about...
It's kind of about revenge
Anger.
on society.
That's true. So, this next amazing story is...
Also, should we say what we... Because these stories have come up a couple times over the last few months just between us, and we always kind of had a very specific thing we referred to the last story as, which was Beta
Beta Cuck killed by
gets
teen
murdered
girls.
by teen girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Ken. Apologies to the Lee family.
No.
Although he was at a homeless shelter, so
I'm not apologizing to
Does he
anyone.
have a family?
I didn't even look.
Yeah.
I didn't look, and I don't care.
Yeah. What do we got?
So, this person is maybe one of the most unhinged people anyone has ever come across on the platform of http : www
Yeah.
facebook.com / the person's name. You got to go into your web browser. You got to type that in every time. You
Yep.
can't download the app.
Nope.
You have to use the web browser. And you got to make sure you
are
log out every time.
Of course.
Just in case the offhanded chance somebody gets your phone
And hacks you.
and hacks you. This is sent to us from our good friend Jimbo.
Yep.
Jimbo Penis.
Jimbo Penis.
This
I don't know how you came across this motherfucker, but he is... like, I could
I
spend...
hope it's somebody he knows and he's just hiding it.
He's Australian, I think.
What if it's him?
That would be an interesting twist.
What if he just like, I want them to say mean things about my profile?
So, the name you can search for on Facebook is Phoenix Swanson, spelled like it sounds. His real name and the Facebook address is Reese Xenofontos,
Sure. Yeah.
I believe.
It's that top there, yeah. Facebook.com /RHYS.XENOPHONTOS.
Yeah. Oh, but okay, that's very confusing because I thought that was maybe his real. Oh, I guess you can.
Are you sure that Phoenix Swanson isn't his real name?
Well,
and that's his alternate personality or some shit?
Well, that definitely comes into the mix for sure. But I've seen him post documents with both of those names on them.
I don't know, man.
I believe. I think Reese Xenofontos might be his real name.
I could see that.
I think that was on like some sort of actual certificate, whereas Phoenix Swanson just appears on his
Communist manifestos.
his most recent post. Actually,
Yeah.
his negative HIV test.
Well, you got to make sure that you're negative.
Because I think you don't have to give real ID. You can probably just give a fake name for that.
Sure. You
I'm
also
guessing.
you also don't have to tell everybody you've had sex with.
Also true. So where to begin about Mr. Swanson / Xenofontos? He most of his posts and his account is set up such that you cannot friend him.
Aww.
You can only
Then why are we doing this? I want friends.
I want a new friend. You can only follow him, or you can just read his shit and not follow him because it's all public. So the 95% of his posts are he just walks around. I'm gonna say walks around the same part of the city.
Yeah, I think so.
Because all the environment
Backgrounds.
looks very similar,
Yeah.
and takes pictures of strangers, and posts them in, for the most part, exact groups of 80, which I thought was like, oh, maybe that's the max. I don't think it is. I think he's just chosen
That 80 is the number.
that 80 is the magic number. And you can see a lot of the people. Most he catches without looking at him, although this one is like right in a person's face.
yeah,
on the
there's
bus.
a few that are like, you know, they're noticing
Yeah.
as he's pushing the picture.
and then a few you get lucky, and the person is visibly annoyed.
Yeah.
So that's most of his deal. And then he's got
But like, that's not even the tip of the iceberg.
that's not the
The
important part.
majority of Mr. Swanson's activities on this are so much more disturbing than just taking pictures of random strangers in his small town of Mornington, Victoria, Australia.
Yeah. Tommy, not to dox you, but you're in Victoria, so...
Where's Morningston?
I don't know where Mornington is, but if it's anywhere close, I suggest you pay Mr. Xenophontos a visit and report back to us. So...
I see a black guy.
Exciting. So yeah, so the bulk of his the bulk of his posts are pictures of strangers on the street, and then there's a few where he posts his STD results
Yeah.
numerous times. Which
There's a lot of pictures of his garden,
yeah, and then other one is like gardening progress.
which is the only sane thing on his fucking page.
Yeah. So the based on other stuff I've seen, I originally thought the posting the STD results was like, "Hey ladies, I'm clean." Which that might be a small part of it, but most of it is to show that he's not gay. Drew is staring at it.
What?
Yes.
So if you
he
have...
is rampantly homophobic.
Sure.
In stuff I'll see after.
So anyone who in his mind,
If you
anyone
don't have,
anyone who has gay sex,
yeah,
has AIDS.
I think so.
Like no matter what,
I think so.
any kind of homosexual sex will get AIDS right away.
And he doesn't have AIDS.
So he's proving he's never once had gay sex.
Exactly.
Still not the most insane thing about him.
No. So if you scroll back to, it's like, feels like July-ish.
I've got an insane one from April.
April 2023.
I don't know, it just says April 1st.
Oh, it was April Fool's Day. You can't take that seriously. That's probably a joke.
You know what? You're right. It is a joke. This is the one time he chose to be a comical man and not a mentally insane man.
So there's his last STD results, also clean. So if you go to June 28th, 2022, my dad's birthday.
Right. I have a dad.
He who didn't discipline me. It's a news story on Ghislaine Maxwell being sentenced to 20 years in prison for helping the wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein, which is a very nice way to describe him, sexually abuse teenage girls. And then he wrote a little thing himself about that. He is pro Ghislaine going to jail, and that should have been the end of it. But whereas every single one of his like pictures of strangers posts have 0 likes, 0 comments, which is 98% of his entire thing here.
Yeah, which is also kind of what a lot of people's social media is like. There are a lot of people out there that, we know someone who that used to be the fact. I don't look anymore, but it was like you would be posting every day and you would get like 1 or 0 likes.
Yeah.
On everything you're posting.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Even though you have followers and friends,
yeah,
nobody's liking
no
your
one is
shit.
interested in what you are doing or have to say.
Oh.
Are those
Well, Scott, I'm eating the limited time only Doritos Tangy All Dressed.
a very Canadian flavor? Y'all's don't have all dressed down south, right? It's
Now-
don't get too excited. It's barbecue and salt and vinegar at the same time, basically.
I can tell you 2 things wrong with the title of these chips.
Yeah, they are neither tangy nor all dressed.
Correct.
I see. Well, let me taste one and see if you're crazy. I'm gonna be an honest gaslighter about this.
Oh, the best kind. What if you what if you love these? What if they are your favorite chip?
What if these are a life-changing chip?
Yeah.
I don't like any all-dressed chips, so I'm assuming this will be more of the same.
And you don't like salt and vinegar chips, right?
I don't. These don't taste like fucking anything.
Yeah, no.
They taste like Doritos.
Yeah. There's no tang.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you what like the flavor is.
The flavor is Doritos.
Yeah, like chip.
These suck. Drew, I would like you to put something good in your mouth for the first time. I want you to try the Mountain Dew.
Kiss my ass.
Try the Mountain Dew.
I'm busy.
Eating bad chips?
Yeah.
Have the Dew. Do the Dew. Do the Dew before the Dew does you, Drew.
I'd love for the Dew to do me.
As noted good
Summer
friend.
Breeze. Or is it Freeze? I'm not going to tell you.
I think it's not Seals and Crofts, so it's Freeze. And also it's a popsicle, so Freeze makes more sense than Breeze. This is this year's July 4th-ish patriotic Dew. We've had Liberty Brew, we've had Dew SA, and this is Summer Freeze, the Rocket Pop red, white, and blue flavor. Your initial thoughts?
It's like a Faygo.
You're like Faygo does make that flavor.
Yeah, it's like a Faygo.
I like it better than the Faygo because I think the Faygo, whatever they call it, Fireworks.
Yeah.
I think skews slightly too far on the red side, on the cherry flavor. I think that to me tastes like a real proper Rocket Pop.
You're a Rocket Pop.
That was my nickname in college.
Uh-huh.
No follow-up.
Anyway, back to
this
Swanson.
this Ghislaine post. So whereas almost every single other was post 0 likes, 0 comments, this one does in fact have 0 likes, but it has 7,600 comments. And I saw this and I was like,
wow, he's got a lot of interaction with his friends.
whoa, this popped off and went like mildly viral. And then I read the comments, and there was a common thread amongst them, in that every single one of the 7,600 plus comments was in fact by Phoenix Swanson himself,
Interesting.
which is
The most mentally ill you can be?
terrifying to me. Like the kind of person who would and could do that. There's a Korean term which loosely translates to this guy. This is not my kind of guy.
Not my kind of guy.
Just fully terrifying. And like, it's not even, is it worth it to read them? Because they're for the most part incomprehensible. Like they're all English words for the most part,
Yeah.
but to derive any meaning from it seems like a fool's errand. And also because he'll often post like a line or paragraph and then a one line space and then another paragraph, and the first line is like in quotes and is often attributed to a name. So I don't know if he's some like fucked up like plural system dissociative identity thing where one of his personalities will make an initial post in the comment and then someone else is responding to it in the same comment, because like the one's in quotes and one's not, but it's truly insane. If you go through it, you see like some like serious homophobia, and a bunch of this comment is hidden because it might be offensive. Definitely a lot of that. Yeah, I'm just seeing if honestly if they're even worth and then sometimes he like writes in a very he writes in a thick accent, if that makes sense. Like it's going, we're good. We had to do a quick stop and go because I turned my mic off, but luckily Drew was on top of it and caught things. But yeah, like I'm trying to find. Yeah, I guess I found one of his writing in an accent things, because like he'll write like "you're" instead of "you," and like you know what I'm gonna say, don't you're? And like and I don't even think it's an accent that he's writing with at the beginning. And Estar nore Josie Ken. All's well that doesn't err, but when it errs, err? Like that, I think that's just the ramblings of an insane person. But yeah, let me see if I can find a little conversation he has with himself. Who's it? Let me find some that are attributed to different people. What do you think about ... question mark, and then answering himself, but maybe a different personality in the same comment. I think he's good looking. I think he's a child molester, which turns me on. And I think he pines for maleship, which gets in the way of his acting because he can't let go of that. And then next comment, in quotes, he's a heavy. Response, I think he is. He is a butch man in spirit. Tough, not what I'd call charming. And next comment, attributed to heavy, in quotes, that's who won the Oscar. Response, well, it's a combination of the two. I think it's deluding yourself to validate who you really are when the image is responsible for translating the appeal. That's why so many movie stars are white thetans. They can't tolerate or confront the disrespect their bodies receive, so they invent a new persona.
Isn't thetans a Scientology thing?
Yeah. That's why you don't diss us, attributed to White Boy. Response, are you kidding me? I don't see you. You cost me money, and while it's almost worth insulting you to your face, it isn't. I get what I want. I create the effect I'm looking for when it doesn't involve people, when I don't have to wait for them to say yes. It's been a great lesson for me, and I learnt it early. No one in my life, apart from my parents, was pro my survival. That doesn't make me a monarch again, but what it does do is enhance the quality of my life. I was surrounded by SPs,
small people,
and they're losing the plot because I don't miss their entheta. I'm not looking for exchange or resolution. Oh, suppressive person. That's another. So I guess he's a Scientologist, which I'm learning. It's also
okay. But first of all, being a Scientologist and saying you're a Scientologist are two very different things.
True,
because you have to have money to be a Scientologist.
You do have to have
money.
I
don't think this guy's ever had money.
No. And also all the things I read were like in a row comments, even though each one does not particularly relate to the one above it. It's just like he has a new schizophrenic thought every half hour and posts it in succession as comments to this one Ghislaine Maxwell story, which I don't know. Because on mobile you load comments, I think 10 at a time. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to press load more comments 760 times to get to the top, but I'm guessing it loses the thread very quickly. And so the most recent comments on this one are 8 weeks ago, but it looks like he started a new one more recently, which was where? Oh, it's like his third most recent post, May 14th. News article about a search to resume for surfer believed dead after shark attack. And then
I saw that one.
Yeah, and his like caption with it in the initial post says leukemia, suicide, shark attack. What next? We know you don't stop at 3. Don't even know what that's referencing. I did see just in the more recent. So this is his new multi-comment thread. He's at 300 currently. Oh. So one can only hope that in time we surpass the 7,600 of Ghislaine. I definitely saw something he wrote attributed to Hitler. Lots of stuff to Julia, but let's start with a few Julias and then move on to Hitler. Again, these are all in successions. So let's see if we can start with something that gives context, which is a fool's errand. I was at my second cousin's house and I wanted to go to the movies and I asked where I could find a cinema. And his friend butt in, what do you want? A thriller? A comedy? It was unfortunate. The day after I arrived, his mother, my dad's cousin, had all her jewelry stolen from inside her house. I think we've lost the going to the movies part already. I swear I had nothing to do with it. Someone just walked in and took her jewelry box off the dresser. She had it out because she was going to have her jewelry cleaned. But I was running from something in Australia. And then the police arrived. I was never questioned about it, but when you run from something, you run from everything. What did they have there? Attributed to Julia. Response: lots of Russians and Bulgarians. They run all the restaurants now. The Cypriots, which I think are people from Cyprus, don't cook food anymore, so the food doesn't taste Greek. I don't act anymore. Attributed to Julia. Well, you support your character's husband or children. When you are the center of attention, they mellow it. You were so crystal clear, and now they use smoke and mirrors because you're... I'm gonna sneeze. Nope, went into remission. We're good. You were so crystal clear, and now they use smoke and mirrors because you're getting older. Do you think the war might have something to do with it? Attributed to Julia. Ooh. Hitler told me he's in Europe. He stayed there.
Nice.
I have a pool. Attributed to Hitler. He's sort of gangly and English looking, but with an accent, in his 30s. And has tan... That's the one. And has tan skin. Maybe he's in Argentina. He does puzzles. Where are my friends? Hitler. Who cares? Enjoy your life. I'm destroyed. Hitler. Because you're not me. I'm royal. It all comes back to us. You're not the pivot point. Hitler. I have a car too. Once I got pulled over for a traffic violation. Response. Before or after Diana's? Julia. Do you miss the royal family? These are all in a row! The fuck is going on? Answer!
There's no answer.
Fucking answer.
I've been doing my own independent research while you've been doing all this.
IR?
IR. Not only did I find out his exact address because he posted
Because he
it
doxed himself.
on his page.
Yeah.
I'm on Google Maps looking at his house.
Is it 23 Turnbull Street in Mornington?
It absolutely is.
Postal code 3931?
Yep, that's the one. I'm looking at his
Yes,
house.
that's not us doxing anyone. That's him. That's us reading a public post.
I'm looking at him right now.
Is he hot?
Nope.
I mean, he's not. He's
He's
insane.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So here's his About Phoenix.
Oh.
I'm an artist and I live in Mornington, a seaside town in Victoria, Australia. I'm 43 years old and AIDS-free! HIV negative! My mother is of Irish and Scottish descent and my father is Cypriot. Immigrating to Australia at the age of 3, my dad and his family arrived by plane, so technically they aren't boat people.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there's some racist stuff too.
I don't consider myself Australian or Irish or Scottish or Cypriot, nor do I consider you any of the above. I'm just me. I also don't consider myself German, Jewish, or artistic. Nor would I talk to Sadie in an elevator.
What? What does that mean?
My address is 23 Turnbull Street, Mornington, Victoria, postcode 3931, Australia. Now I'm safe.
What?
So, he has... what did I see? What's the total? What's the grand total of followers? He's got 32
followers.
Of all of the people following him, I would say more than half are bots.
Okay.
The rest of those ones are people who they're not bots, but they're like spiritual healers or people from India or Indonesia or like that.
Fun.
just like mass send out their follows to people to try and get people to follow them back. And then the only ones that appear to be real people haven't posted in almost 10 years. And the only other one on here is a profile called Win-Win.
Okay.
That is just some...
Is that that Paul Giamatti movie?
It is. Good reference. Do you know what it's about?
Wrestling?
What kind of wrestling?
Gay wrestling.
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 It is some Asian lady who just posts pictures of flowers and her garden and beautiful landscapes that involve bright colors and flowers and stuff.
So they bonded over horticulture.
She also hasn't posted since 2017.
I see.
So there is not
Nobody's
a single person of his followers that are witnessing anything he's posted.
Yeah.
since at the maximum 2017.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
He is screaming into the void.
He is just screaming at no one and having conversations with himself.
But he's AIDS free.
But he's AIDS and HIV free, exclamation point, so that you all know he's not a fag. Because
Yep.
my Cypriot father would not like it. Because I'm not gay. Scott, would you like to talk about what he looks like?
I'm gonna show you the grid of his profile pictures.
Oh, I can see him. I'm on it right here.
This shit?
Oh yeah.
So
It is insane.
it is eerie. He has one look,
Yeah.
confused.
Constipated?
Yeah.
He's confused because he's constipated?
He's kind of doing duck face,
a little bit, yeah. A little bit.
but he's got like bleach blonde hair, bleach blonde eyebrows, to the point where it looks like he doesn't have eyebrows,
Yeah.
which makes him look more psychotic.
Yep.
And he's got like 45 profile pictures over time.
Yeah.
They're all the same. Like, not the exact same picture, but he's taking the same picture.
Yes.
Over and over.
Yeah. Same pose, same face,
Same angle.
same angle.
Yeah. I feel like he's sort of trying to do a fuck me face, but he's doing a bad job.
It's weird because if you go back to like the beginning of his profile, there's 2 regular pictures of him.
Oh, before he started dyeing his hair.
Where he looks like a regular human being.
Damn, yeah, he looks like a person when he has brown hair.
Yeah.
And brown eyebrows.
And then the third picture is just, we're going to Nutso County.
he looks
You're
like
the new mayor.
he looks like Matthew Lillard in Hackers.
He's the mayor of Mayortown.
the mayor of Mayortown.
And then he just gets fucking insane from there. Because by the time you get to like number 10 or something on April 1st, 2017,
He's doing the face.
he's doing the face and he's just nuts. And then you just, from there is just full-blown mental illness.
Yeah. Like, you can watch it develop through profile pictures, which is actually fascinating. But he's got these two like good boy pics in December 2015.
I bet you he smells like cat piss. He looks stinky.
That's on the table. I like those few in the middle. The
I like, oh my god, Scott.
April 2018, where he's got anime hair.
Yeah.
It looks like a wig.
Go to December 26. And then go to December 29
Of what year?
of 2021.
2021, you say. Which are we talking about? That is December 20th, 2021. December
25th.
25th. Yeah.
Then 26.
Then 26.
Then 29. They are 2 different pictures,
but
that he changed 3 days apart. That are like the
Identical.
almost identical. But on the computer, obviously, I can go like arrow back and forth.
Yeah, and
it is the slightest movement.
Like, he took different pictures.
Yeah.
But definitely needed
he was
to change.
He was on just like the one that goes like snap, snap, snap,
Yeah.
snap, 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 snap.
Burst.
And so he put it, he's like, that's my profile picture. I like it. And then he goes,
No.
ooh, the angle is like 0.019 off. That's the one.
Yeah, the takeaway from this is I don't think he should be living by himself. And I think
Scott,
we should send a wellness check to that address.
Bold statement. He shouldn't be living.
I mean, you may not be wrong.
He should be committed to a mental institution where they do all those weird experiments on you, and then you die, and they just get rid of the body.
They just bury you in a
Body's gone.
mass grave.
Where's my son? Your son was never here.
You never even had a son.
You didn't even bring him here.
There's your son, Angelina Jolie.
But his penis. I immediately looked at his penis, and it's not his penis.
And his foreskin grew back.
His foreskin grew back. It sure did.
So, yeah, you could spend, like, if you don't if you have a day off tomorrow,
Yeah.
just I encourage someone to like do all 7600
Yeah.
and see how you feel afterwards.
Yeah.
And see, or maybe if there's like a code in it just for you, and you figured it out, and you've cracked the code, and now you can find the Ark of the Covenant or whatever, or probably Lord Xenu's ship. Yeah, that Scientology angle was that was news to me today, because I've looked at this before, and I knew he was 1, crazy, 2, homophobic, 3, racist.
Yeah.
Which actually
But in which order?
I should have crazy first. Actually,
Homophobic first, I think.
Homophobic first.
Well, because he's so vocal about not having AIDS.
It is funny. Yeah, and there's
I'm kind of like...
I feel like some of the posts have been more recently like hidden due to questionable content, because I feel like I saw some questionable content ones where he's basically saying that like all gay people
have AIDS
and are going to die.
And
from AIDS.
that's true. That's true.
It's really something.
I don't know how you live. Period. Like. Yeah.
I mean, he likes gardening.
He likes gardening. That's his one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I don't know. He really worries me.
Yeah, he's having a hard time, but also there's nobody to check in on him. So are you really having a hard time?
Where are they? Oh, I bet Xenophontus is like weird Greek Cyprus shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So yeah, the guys go. Someone send a wellness check for Reese Xenophontos at whatever at Turnbull Avenue.
It would be so funny if somebody did that.
Kind of would.
I would be so happy.
We're not.
If someone listening did that, I would be so happy.
We're not advocating the harassment of anyone. This is not a harassment campaign.
That's not about harassment. It's about checking to make sure somebody's okay.
I'm just saying maybe it's a good idea to send a wellness check to this clearly full-blown insane person.
Just next level.
Who seems to be living by himself and probably shouldn't be.
How though? Does he have a job? Does he
look like he could have a job?
Is he so mentally ill that the government just gives him money?
I mean, Australia's pretty socialist, so his job is probably just being on disability.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Which is, look, I'm not knocking that, by the way. I would love to work that shit.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm going to become mentally disabled more so I can get government money.
Get government money?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got one way to help.
Why are you holding a baseball bat?
Take it. Take it. So we're at 2 hours.
Let's talk about 2 movies and get out of here.
I agree.
Yeah. What order? Just kidding. We have to do them in a certain order.
We've been given instructions to only do it one way.
So this movie was the last one requested. The one
it was so last
that we couldn't do it
on the last episode
when we recorded just this past Tuesday, and now it's Friday because it was requested on Monday. It's requested on Monday when I put as the new for real this time last deadline for the request, just to see if we could squeeze one more out. And you know what? We did.
We did.
So it did the right thing. And this is the final one that put Where Tib over the top as #1 donor of the All Request Spectacular. And this movie is 1999's a good year for movies. The 13th Floor. Coming in at a trim hour and 40 minutes. Very digestible. With the payment, Where Tib says, "Hello again. Since deadlines are not a real thing, apparently, I have another request for you.
Not wrong.
It's for a movie called The 13th Floor. Enjoy." And we did. It wasn't bad. I was expecting it to be much worse and much stupider. I thought it was going to be like Hackers Drek.
I thought there would be some terrible CGI that would like...
Yeah, it's pretty restrained.
Like the majority of the movie was going to be bad CGI.
Yeah. And you also got confused by the beginning of the movie.
No, I just thought it was stupid. Like, I'm like, why is it 1930s? Like, there's no internet. But I did hypothesize...
I love your hypothesis.
What if this movie is implying that the internet was actually discovered in the 1930s, but the guy who discovered it was killed mysteriously, and so we couldn't get it.
For another 60
until it was
years.
rediscovered.
Yeah. That I like. But that's not what happened. So we start with Drew's favorite actor, Armin Mueller-Stahl.
Yeah, my boy.
Your boy. who what Bill know from History of Violence or Eastern Promises? Which one? One of them.
Eastern Promises.
Eastern Promises.
I think it's Eastern Promises, yeah.
Yeah. He looks like he should always almost be playing Hitler,
Ah,
but not.
I wonder if he has.
It'd be crazy if he hadn't.
But I feel like...
That's leaving money on the table.
Didn't we, I feel like we looked something up about him at some point. When I remembered his name out of nowhere.
Which is very impressive.
Well, you keep talking while I look, because otherwise it's going to be fucking silent.
Fair enough. So Armin's tooling around the 1930s, being a real man about town. Spoiler: we later find out he's fucking children there.
Not children.
Well, they
just younger ladies.
They kept like piling on. Like first, like, oh, he's fucking young women here. Oh, he's fucking girls here. He's fucking young girls here. It kept getting worse.
That is true.
And
Good news. He's played all Adolf Hitler before.
You know he has, baby.
In 1996. And 1996 is that I've never heard of and no one else has heard of. Conversation with the Beast.
Ooh, I like that.
An American historian comes to Berlin to visit an old man who claims to be the real Adolf Hitler and to be 103 years old. The Hitler who died in 1945, the old man says, was just one of his 6 doubles.
Nice.
One for each weekday, while Hitler himself retired into a bunker below the S-Bahn tracks and married a second time. After much deliberation and identity searching, the Mr. Webster just ends up shooting and killing the self-proclaimed Hitler.
Spoilers.
Huh? Can't win them all.
I was hoping when I heard that he played Hitler in a movie called Conversation with the Beast, that it was Hitler interviewing a bad guy.
I thought it'd be Hitler interviewing his dick. Because of the Beast.
The Beast.
Weirdly enough, do you know who plays the guy who goes over there and ends up killing Hitler?
Matthew Rhys.
Bob Balaban.
Love it.
Weird. Now, that was just the first Hitler I found. Do you think he's played a second Hitler?
I would be shocked if it was a one and done Hitler. I thought you already had this information.
No, no. That's his
One?
His lone Hitler.
What a waste.
What if he's ever played Titler?
That's a tougher role. You need a good seamstress for that.
You do.
You need
You
a nice evening gown.
Huh?
So he's Armin's tooling around the 30s. He talks to bartender blonde Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, blonde, not fat Vincent D'Onofrio. He hasn't let his 21-year-old daughter marry 58-year-old Sean Penn yet.
Oh yeah, always forget about that. That's fun. And then where are we? Oh, and
So he gives Vincent D'Onofrio like a note that says,
he's like, give it.
somebody's
to this guy.
gonna come ask for this from you. His name is Douglas
Hall.
Hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he comes, please give him the letter.
Yeah.
Then we see him. What next is like? He goes to this bar.
Yeah, he gets murdered pretty quick.
Yeah, he goes to this bar. He asks for a drink, and then he goes and makes a phone call.
Yeah.
And he calls this Douglas Hall guy.
Yeah.
And he's leaving him a message on his machine.
And sorry, he's out of the.
Oh yeah,
He's out of the 30s now,
Yeah.
and because he, so it's like it's some like a high end VR thing, very high end for 1999, because it's still a billion times better than we have now. And I said, I hope he's, because like they show him like leaving that building. Before he goes to the bar, and I'm like, I hope he has nothing to do with this place. I hope I hope he's breaking into some government facility just to play 30s cool guy like Picard and Data on the holodeck. And then he gets murdered. Mm-hmm. Goes to the bar, has a conversation, gets murdered. Then cut to the star of our show, heavyweight champion Max Baer.
Max Baer.
A.k.a. Craig Bierko.
Craig Bierko.
Exactly. And
who I could only remember as being fake Tom Cruise in
Scary Movie
4.
yeah, I know him from that. The aforementioned Max Berry and Cinderella Man. An early-ish example of failed Oscar bait.
Yeah.
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 There's obviously earlier ones because that's what 2004.
Yeah.
But just like checked all the boxes of an Oscar movie. Like it's got the star has won Best Actor before.
Yep.
It's a prestige type movie, and just nobody cared. Did it get nominations or just not win, or it didn't get nominations? Did Cinderella Man get nominated for Best Picture?
I got 3 noms.
Okay.
Got nominated for. Oh, wow. All of a sudden, the internet's very slow. There we go.
Craig Bierko for Best Supporting
Best
Actor.
performance by an actor in a supporting role, Paul Giamatti. Mm-hmm. Best
Is that where you played in Orangutan?
Nope, that's the wrong movie.
Sorry.
Best achievement in film editing for Daniel P. Hanley and Mike Hill.
Great.
And best achievement in makeup,
So yeah.
David Leroy Anderson and Lance Anderson.
So supporting actor in 2 technicals.
Yep.
When everyone was like, "This is Best Picture."
Directed
shit.
by
Who
you can do
did?
it.
I like. Obviously, I have heard of whoever the director.
Big
is,
enough name, big name.
But who did this failure of a movie? I'm gonna say it was Tim Roth's second directorial movie.
Second movie about getting raped by his grandfather.
Yeah? No?
You nailed it. Ron Howard.
Oh yeah. So and so yeah, prestige director too.
Yeah.
And just it somehow didn't come together. I remember watching it at the theater and thinking it was okay, but kind of boring,
Well,
as I recall. And that would be the last time I saw it, nearly 20 damn years ago.
I think the problem with boxing movies is that,
No one knows how to box.
well, there's been so many.
Yeah,
You can only kind of tell the same story so many times. Like,
yeah,
every boxing movie has the underdog that's not supposed to succeed.
Yeah.
And then they manage to, like, train harder than everybody else. They've got the heart, the desire, the drive, and then they are just, like, unstoppable.
yeah.
And it's every movie.
That's why the only good boxing movie is $1 Million Baby.
Great White Height.
You got me there.
Play It to the Bone.
That's a good ass boxing movie. Okay, the only 2. No, I'm not giving you Play It to the Bone. I'm giving
Rocky
you.
1, 2, and 4.
I mean, 4 has great music and a very handsome Russian man.
Did you hear that he got diagnosed with terminal cancer?
No,
Yeah. It's really sad.
that
I
sucks.
don't know how long he's got, but
So we should visit him before he goes.
I guess so.
Damn.
Earlier this month that he has long-term terminal lung cancer.
Is he a smoker?
I guess. Smoking pole.
I don't know if you can get terminal lung cancer from smoking pole.
Do you know what his IQ is?
Is it as high as Nexium leader Keith Rainier? Which
not quite Keith
I remember
Rainier
getting
levels.
so mad when it was like 270 or something.
Yeah.
Goddamn
You were like,
nonsense.
I believe it was like
I
180.
Yeah.
And then you looked and you're like, oh,
Get out of here, you asshole. Is it higher than me?
What's yours?
167.
It's slightly less than yours.
That sounds right.
But that's-
because he's very smart, but he's not Scott smart. 164.
160.
Pretty good.
He's like an astrophysicist.
So am I.
Yeah, sure.
Or I'm a gay guy with a podcast. Same thing.
It's one or the other.
What's the difference?
It's one or the other.
So deepest sympathies to Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago, Mr. Lundgren, the real Punisher.
I don't know. I'm a bit of a. I don't know.
Don't shit talk Warzone because he just died and that movie's really underrated.
Damn. Should no one ever play the Punisher?
Well, no,
Should Tom Jane and John Bernthal watch out?
probably. Is that the new cursed role in Hollywood?
I think. I think.
It's no longer Superman.
Look at it.
Killed himself, killed his career, or killed himself, paralyzed.
Was Dean Cain.
Was Dean Cain, killed his career.
Yep.
Everybody treated you like garbage, even though you were like a much better actor than you actually are, than like the role was.
Yep.
And now there's no Superman.
And now there's no Superman because they had to do a DC reboot, even though they had a good Superman.
Yep. Had a good Superman, had a non-problematic Flash,
Had a sad Batman.
had a sad Batman, a fat sad Batman with a giant back tattoo.
Back tattoo man.
Back tattoo man. The guy with the dragon tattoo. How they haven't done some kind of weird spoof of that with him. I can't, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy Schumer's book was called The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo. That's pretty cool.
She's nice, right?
She's nice. She's the nicest comedian we've ever met.
Yeah.
So Armin's dead.
Armin's dead.
So Craig Bierko, the aforementioned Douglas Hall, works with Armin, whatever, at I don't know, VR Town USA.
VR Town USA.
Yeah, and
he works at one of those booths that we saw in Vegas everywhere.
Ooh, those are cool.
That's what he's working at.
Yeah. Only on a slightly higher level.
Yeah.
And he gets a call from who I immediately identify as President David Palmer.
Oh yeah,
From 24. Cause
as if that's a hard.
I was going to say, that wasn't a brag. There's only one man that sounds...
Yeah, it's like the number one recognizable voice in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's so deep
Yeah.
and black that you're like, this is Dennis Haysbert. There's no,
It's Dennis Haysbert.
Yeah, there's no way to
There's no either way.
No.
Who is the bitch that... Oh, no, I guess Gretchen Mol. Gretchen Mol, a 90s woman and nothing else.
I remember seeing her name in other things before, and then I'm just like, I wonder what she's up to. And then I'm like, oh, nothing.
Yeah. So like there are some it's the hard truth of the fact there are some bitches that are just 90s bitches and that's it. Gretchen Mol, Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
A third
poor
example.
Elizabeth.
Sort of Demi Moore.
Kind of. What's the Fuck, I'm not gonna remember her name.
Gina Davis. She was in
80s and a little bit of 90s. Okay, what am I?
What are you?
Why can't I think of her fucking name? I'm getting bad at names. Maybe I have like brain damage. Who knows? Who's to say if my brains are mush?
Well, you should get married and have kids and then see
Brigitte Wilson Sampras.
Brigitte Wilson Sampras.
Yeah, she was a real like be in everything in the 90s and early 2000s.
Veronica Vaughn.
And then just done.
So hot, want to touch the hiney.
Well, that's the hiney.
Yeah.
Also, Sonya Blade.
Also Sonya Blade.
Yep.
I can't name a lot of roles for her besides Billy Madison and Mortal Kombat.
Well, she hasn't done anything since 2008.
Okay. Well, it was kicking back on that Wimbledon money. Why would you need to?
She was in one episode of CSI Miami.
I can say this because he's white. I've never seen anyone who looks more like a monkey than Pete Sampras.
You're treading on thin ice there because he's white, but he's not really full white.
I think he's just kind of Greek.
But he's like ethnic Mediterranean, which is suspect.
I'm gonna look up Pete Sampras' genealogy, and maybe next episode I'll issue an emergency apology. But I've always felt that he looks like that Chris Kattan character.
Oh,
Bad Monkey.
Stupid Monkey.
Good production company.
Sure.
What's the fucking character? Because Mango's the gay hairdresser.
Yeah.
Mr. Peepers.
Mr. Peepers.
We did it. Chris Kattan, funny question mark?
No. Not even a little bit. And also
Nope.
as an adult, like as a grown ass man, bad politics.
Oh, he's a bad politician,
one of those
right?
guys. Yeah.
Oh, what if he's fucking that cat lady though?
Who's gonna fuck him? Also,
he was in movie.
I think he's also.
He had a night at the Roxbury.
Chris Kattan, partner? Question mark.
He's in Monkey Bone. That's a good one.
Yeah. I feel like he was married to or engaged to like a much younger woman.
Tight. Tight.
Because he's a creep. He's 53.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so gay.
Yeah,
like he might be the biggest secret gay in the history of the world. Because like I don't know, bring up on your phone. Bring up like a recent picture. There's a People magazine picture of him and his new fiance, whatever, and he just looks
oh wow,
so gay.
yeah.
Is it him like leaning into her, holding the chair while her arms on his lap? Is that the one you're looking at?
Not that
With
one,
a
but
dog?
I've got other ones.
He's so gay.
Oh, he looks gay as hell.
Yeah, and he's like 52, and she's like 38 or something.
Yeah.
And she's like totally a beard. But yeah, like Gretchen Mol, I was like, oh, I know that name so much, and then I'm like, oh, do I? Like, I was thinking, how many things have I seen her in? Well, she's in your favorite fucking show. Oh, Perry Mason, it's so good. You should watch it. Matthew Vaughn, or Matthew whatever his fucking name is.
His name's Matthew Reese. The same as Reese Fontos. That's how you remember.
Oh, Perry Mason is so good. He's great in that show. I'm like, shut up, Scott. Nobody watched that but you.
Perry Mason's good.
Uh-huh. What are you, 95 years old?
Look, I like a noir legal thriller.
Yeah. Queer.
I love them.
I mean, she was in Manchester by the
It's
Sea.
my favorite genre that isn't people turning into cats.
She was in 310 to Yuma.
Okay.
That's about it.
Oh, she was on the American Life on Mars.
Uh-huh.
With Harvey Keitel, which I never watched. British Life on Mars is good.
Mm.
It's not sci-fi.
What is it?
It's it's nothing to do with Mars. It's just the David Bowie song. But it's a cop who I think he gets a bump on the head and like wakes up in 1973.
Uh-huh.
And then he does 1973 cop stuff.
And what form of medium is it?
I think it re-airs on HBO, so it's not TV.
Gotcha.
So you can watch
It's
it.
episodic something?
It's an episodic movie.
I'm not falling for that.
Fool me 12 times.
I mean, you've literally fooled me 0 times. Once I'm done with all of Next Generation,
Yep.
and
I believe is TV.
Yeah, but it's amazing TV.
I know it.
That I've already seen, so it cures my autism.
Oh, that's right.
I can only rewatch the things that cure my autism.
I can't remember who said it, but it was a really good line that I both of us would appreciate. I think it's just Stan on American Dad. I only read books that I've read before.
yeah.
Very much that vibe. What's going on in this movie? Is that heavyweight champion Max Baer? That's President David Palmer, if I've ever heard of him.
I like that your review of this is just naming
Other
the things that you
characters.
know them from.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's the bad guy from The Cell. And
Yeah.
I can't think of another person in this movie who's even a thing. So, end of review.
Pretty much. That's most of my notes. And then so the police are asking Craig Bierko about his dead boss / friend, I guess. And he's like, I don't know. I didn't kill him. Leave me alone. And then Gretchen Mol shows up, says she's Armin's daughter, and Craig's like, weird. I worked very closely with him for 6 years, and we were good friends in addition to being everyday co-workers. And he never mentioned having a daughter. And she's like, I don't know. she didn't like have a good
She's like, yeah, you're right.
response. He's like, well, I am. So there. To which I wrote, there's something about this bitch. And then Craig goes to the 13th floor of the building.
But they don't say it.
They don't say it, but they do
not
it.
the same, not the same.
It was a show don't tell.
Not the same. I need you to tell. I need you to rat out everybody else. I need to know who's a commie, who's a gay. You gotta tell me.
Who's a gay commie?
Who's a gay commie?
Who is a gay commie?
You.
Outed. It goes to the 13th floor where he meets up with scummier 90s. Vincent.
No. I mean,
Not a personality. There's
looks
a look.
scummier.
Look, yeah.
Well, he's grunge.
No, yeah, actually, 30s is personality scummier. 90s is look scummier.
He's grunge.
'Cause he's grunge.
He's doing Kurt Cobain. He is Kurt Cobain.
He is Kurt Cobain.
He gets
Oh my god,
later.
he sort of is Kurt Cobain.
Oh my god.
Oh man. So 30s bartender version of Vincent has like nice, tight, coiffed blonde hair. 90s Vincent looks like garbage.
Garbage. Full on
Just
garbage.
stringy, like worst case Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Like Philip Seymour Hoffman when he died.
Well, yeah, that's what he looked like at his death.
What does PSH have long hair in? Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio's one.
He's well put together in The Master.
Oh, I think he's got.
Capote, he's high and tight.
There is something.
There's definitely other ones. Does he have long hair in Twister?
Maybe, or I think
seems like
I
good.
think he wears a hat mostly. in Twister.
Hat guy. How about Along Came Polly?
Never seen it.
I haven't either.
Should we?
Apparently, it's the invention of the word shart.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
So
listening.
it's an important movie in our nation's history.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Okay. Oh yeah. So I'm like, real life Vincent looks much scummier, and I always feel like D'Onofrio should have a little deeper voice than he does, because he has an intimidating presence,
Yeah.
but his voice isn't that deep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's interesting. Doesn't quite match. Oh man, there is so much jacking in this
Yeah.
and every 90s internet movie.
Yeah.
You're hackers. You're Johnny Mnemonics.
Yeah. I mean, The Matrix.
The Matrix. So much jacking in.
Yeah.
When do we stop? When do we stop jacking in and start jacking off?
Oh, I was jacking off the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. I like me some fake Tom Cruise looking motherfucker.
I noted that this movie is very ahead of its time in terms of every room being more dimly lit than any room ever in real life. At not one point ever were room lights turned on.
No, never. It's moody, and it's not even just when they're in the 30s.
No,
it's in
no,
regular
in the 90s.
90s.
In real life in the 90s. There was some TV show, so you probably haven't seen it recently, where I'm like,
Inside Edition.
Bryan Cranston's Your Honor.
Oh yeah.
One of the darkest, physically darkest television shows I've ever seen.
Might be a shocker, but that did actually look interesting to me. But again, TV.
It's pretty good.
Can't do
It's got you got a
No, can't do it.
Michael Stuhlbarg as a gangster.
Oh, well, yeah, that's believable. The Jewiest man that ever Jewed is a gangster.
The thing about Jewy men who are good actors
Is it they're all bad guys?
is that they can
Oh,
that they can sometimes pull off Italian,
I guess.
and he does.
I guess.
Yeah. It's a similar swarthiness. Yeah, it's good. And it's got fucking Wendy Williams? No, something Williams, maybe not.
Wendy Williams, you say?
Clifton Collins Jr. No, I'm trying
we
to
like him.
I'm trying to think. It's not him. It's the guy who says she from The Wire, and I'm trying to pull his names. It's something Junior, but it's not Clifton Collins Jr. and it's not Wendy Williams. It's the city councilman from The Wire.
Are you saying this to me as if I'm gonna know who it is, or
You're clicking a lot of buttons. I assumed you were doing something.
Nope, I saw something else and I was looking up the information.
What's that?
You just continue on your way.
Anyway, he's in Your Honor as well, and is the mayor or running for mayor. Whatever. He's doing good. He's a public servant, as he was in The Wire. It's all I can play, actually.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So
I was just looking up all this information about James Avery and Reginald VelJohnson being a gay couple.
that's the best. I love that.
Real life gay black TV dads.
Two gay black TV dads just being gay together.
Just fucking.
We sort of tried to look it up, and there was no definitive thing on Reginald, but
It was all speculation.
Yeah, the prevailing-
But also, he's unmarried
yeah,
and
confirmed bachelor.
Yeah,
And one of his names is Vel.
and the longest handshake.
Very.
Notoriously a long handshake. Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Cobblestone Boy.
silk sheets type of fella.
So so it's basically, and it's a much better story than I was initially expecting, because again I was expecting hackers. It's a mystery. Basically, it's a mystery that I think I wrote. I wrote. I don't hate this as much as I was expecting. I thought it would be hackers, but it's more a noir mystery with VR involved than anything else.
Yeah,
which is fine by me.
Yeah, it's like a noir, but not a noir.
Yeah,
but like the ideas behind it are very similar.
Dennis Haysbert is noir.
He's noir.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the most noir.
He's black noir.
You can barely see
He's
him.
black noir from The Boys.
Because there's so few lighting.
That's true. At times, you can only see Dennis Haysbert's eyes and teeth. No? See, I think things are going along so well, and then... and then something like that happens, and then you get mad, and then I get self-conscious.
I'm not mad, Scott.
Well,
Scott, I am not mad. Let me tell you right now. I am not mad at you.
Are you just disappointed?
I'm just disappointed.
That's
in you.
worse to me.
Because
I would rather you be mad. Mad passes faster.
Because that's not the kind of thing you're supposed to say without giving me the heads up to give you a standing ovation. I need to know in advance.
I need to know, or else I end up looking foolish.
Just so you know, I'm going to say something very racist right now. Okay, I'm ready.
Get ready to stand.
Hey!
So yeah, they're trying to figure out what the so Bierko jacks into the 30s,
so the idea when you jack in.
Yeah. So
your consciousness is being put into someone inside the 30s. Because I mean, it's a program.
It's a program.
You're not being sent back in time.
No, it's VR.
It's VR. So your brain is getting put inside of a character inside the game.
Yeah.
Or the VR.
But you get put into a character that is designed to look exactly like you. Yeah. But when you're not jacked in, it's a different person / almost consciousness just living its life in the 30s.
It's the VR consciousness, just like being a character.
And then you basically possess them while you're jacked in.
Yeah. I would love to jack in and not be myself, though. Like, I don't want to look... I would like
That's true. That seems like a waste. Or maybe it's the only way it works. They never really explained why you have to jack into a doppelganger of you.
Yeah, I like that there wasn't a lot of science talk behind it.
Almost none. Which is...
almost, you know what?
Very impressive.
Almost an irresponsible lack of scientific explanation about how this VR works. But, like, if I'm gonna get jacked in, I want to be somebody else so I can jack off.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in there and be like, oh, this is just my dick.
Yeah.
I want to go in and be like,
I think you're limiting yourself to dick. I think you should be a pretty lady,
a pussy or whatever. Like, I whenever I go in, I don't want to just have the same thing.
No,
because then I could just stay out of VR.
Yeah, I can beat off in regular times.
Do you know what that's like, though? That's like that terrible Bruce Willis movie Surrogates, where you can be whatever you want. So you can go in and be a pretty lady, but then you're just like a fat guy. Have you seen that movie?
I know it, but I haven't seen it. I know it's bad.
It's so bad, but like, it is enjoyably bad. Like, it's one of those movies where you're like, how did anybody sign off on this? Like, did nobody see a cut and go... Oh, I don't think we should let this out.
We're gonna have to Batgirl
this. But Bruce is already here, and so I guess we should do it because pretty soon he's gonna be mentally retarded, and we're not gonna be allowed to make movies.
Squeeze
anymore.
what we can out of Bruce Willis.
Oh, that movie's terribly fun, so bad, and like they de-age him in it, which is very funny.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh. Everything about you screams 50-year-old man, but you've got hair and your face looks 20. Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
That's fun.
And this movie, with because I had it on like a look into it list for a long time.
Yeah.
And I associate in my brain that this
I'm not sure I had heard of this movie before it was requested.
Yeah, I associate how bad this would be. With, like, legitimately one of the worst movies I've ever seen, which is 2001 or 2's A Sound of Thunder.
Oh, another I've heard of, but haven't seen.
which I would love for us to watch and review because
Yeah.
it is so disjointed and
Yeah.
like nonsensical. There are baboon lizards at one point.
Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah, it is fucking nuts. I would love for you, the listener, to watch A Sound of Thunder and then send me your notes.
Let us know what you think.
Because I would love to hear what you think about it. Because that's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And I associated this one. I'm like, oh, it's going to be as bad as that. Because it's like similar time period. And there's like virtual reality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Although Sound of Thunder might actually be time travel.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's been a while.
It's time travel.
Time travel. There you go.
2005, in fact.
2005?
Yeah.
Wow. They realized that they had like better technology, right?
I don't think they did.
Wow. It's
A single mistake in the past by a time travel company in the future has devastating and unforeseen consequences, including, but not limited to, baboon lizards.
baboon lizards. I believe their their back half is lizard with tail, and then their front half is like baboon or mandrill, like face, head, and arms.
That's crazy talk.
Oh, maybe there's a little bit of lizard face aspect. I don't know. Look it up. I'm
see
more
what I can
comfortable
do.
in my position right now, so I can't look it up. But
You're a little too reclined.
I'm a little reclined. My knees were starting to hurt from
I see
sitting
it.
cross-legged.
It's
It's ridiculous, right?
yeah, it's a baboon lizard.
Yep, sure
it's
is.
it's mostly like a big gator type body,
Mm-hmm.
and then a goddamn baboon head.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but it's like gator, not shape, but like scaled lower jaw. That's like where the line is. Let's show it to you.
Oh, it's based on a Ray Bradbury. Yes.
Check that fella out.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's based on a Ray Bradbury book.
the book is probably better.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah,
You don't say.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
It's got Oscar winner Ben Kingsley,
It sure does.
and it's a 24 Metascore.
That sounds about right. Dear listening audience, please watch this movie and get back to me.
Yeah, and next week give us a call live on the air, 591 Rock 591.
Or how about this? $150, we'll watch it.
Sure, happy to do it.
Yeah, that is can't believe it's 2005.
Yeah,
It seems like it should be like
10 years earlier.
yeah, the visuals are so terrible. Like laughably bad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
So Bierko goes into the 30s to see if he can figure out what happened with Armin.
he knows to get the letter.
Yeah.
Because he's gotten a message on his answering machine from Armin that he hadn't heard, and then had to retrieve from his messaging machine.
Yeah.
That he never heard.
Correct.
Yeah. And so.
And it's I wrote like, and so as far as like what Armin was doing there, like it's gone from Armin fucking girls to fucking young girls. Armin, you dog. So so he goes in there and he finds 30s bartender Vincent D'Onofrio, who tells him, "No, there's
Never even heard of it.
never heard him. No one left anything for you. Get out of here." And then, but then Vincent just like hunts him down and tries to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, there was a letter, and I read it. It freaked me out.
I read it and it ruined my goddamn life.
I'm gonna kill you." So the letter was basically drive
Where you wouldn't go, don't stop for signs.
Keep going.
Just keep going and you'll see.
Yeah.
And it's essentially telling him, like Douglas, that you are also in a simulation.
Yeah, because they didn't
everything is a simulation.
Yeah, they didn't show it for Vincent, but they showed him like driving through like roadblocks and stuff, and then like stopping and like looking freaked out.
Yeah.
And
And then eventually we get the reveal later for Douglas that he sees the same thing.
yes, and Bierko is confused by why Armin would write him this. He's like, I fucking
Yeah.
know.
I created the
I
VR.
co-created this with you. I know the fucking 1937 shit is a simulation that is only so big and has parameters.
Yeah.
Like why would you need to write
what
me
information is
write
this
me a
thing?
secret letter that that tells me that. And then do we get the reveal like fairly quickly after that?
Yeah, I think so.
Because like he 30s D'Onofrio almost kills him. He jacks out.
Jacks off.
Jacks off. Back into the 90s, and then is it does he find it himself or does Gretchen Mol tell him? I think he finds it himself. Because I don't know what prompts him to, but he takes that advice in the real world, 1999 LA, and just keeps on. He goes to drive to Tucson, and I do question this because like, does this mean no one in this world that heretofore we thought was the real world has ever left LA?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like no, like it's never come up before, which is weird, but I don't know. Maybe that's the way people were programmed because, spoiler, Bierko tries to drive to Tucson and eventually just hits wireframe. Just green on black, like 90s graphics wireframe, because that's how far this world goes, because 1999 LA is also a simulation, and 37 is a simulation within a simulation.
Yeah.
Gretchen Mol is not the Armin that Bierko knows daughter. Yeah. She's the daughter of real one level higher Armin who came to fix things. And real Craig Bierko is her husband in the real world. And he's been jacking into the Craig we know and doing a bunch of murders.
Yeah, killing people.
Yeah.
He's the one that killed Armin.
Yes.
Which is, like, because he recognized him at the bar.
Yeah.
Which then also led to the bartender guy saying, like, I saw you... I saw the old man leave with you, then the old man's dead, so he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, it's like, well, yeah, because outside world you came in as you and killed him in the game because he outside world was trying to ruin the VR, sort of.
My understanding from Gretchen Mol's explanation was there are thousands of simulations like 1999 LA, but this one was the first one to do a simulation within a simulation, and for some reason that was never explained.
Never explained.
That's bad and needs to be stopped.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. The reasoning was a little tenuous. But in doing so, Gretchen has fallen in. It's like 2020s. It's 2024 because my last note is, oh shit, this takes place next year.
Yes.
2024 Gretchen has fallen in love with 1999 Bierko as opposed to her 2024 husband Bierko.
Right.
Which because her husband has apparently just become a serial killer, but only a VR serial killer. So who's he really hurting?
Yeah.
But I guess if all of the characters in both this simulation and even the one level lower simulation are completely sentient and have agency, I guess that sort of is murder.
Yeah.
And at one point, 99 D'Onofrio jacks in to the 30s, and then
because Bierko tells him about it, and he decides he's going to go in to try and investigate for himself, and when he goes in, he almost gets in a car accident away, and when the police are like trying to talk to him, he's like kind of discombobulated still from
because he just
from jacking in, not off, and happens to the best of us.
Sure.
And while he's talking to the police officer, he ends up getting hit by a car.
Yeah.
Which sends him out of VR, but it's not him.
Yeah. So when...
Which again, not explained, so...
Not at all.
How the fuck are we supposed to know any of that?
But honestly, this is probably better for not explaining those things, because the explanations would have been stupid.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a real... if you die in the game, you die in real life. However, not only do you die in real life, but the guy you possessed, he gets to go one level up.
Yeah, which...
is baffling.
Baffling.
So 37 kind of bad guy D'Onofrio now occupies 99 D'Onofrio's body. So his hair has gotten exponentially worse.
Yes. Yeah, he's got stupider hair now.
He's gone from nice 30s hair to Kurt Cobain. And then he also didn't really get... Now that I'm talking about it, this movie does have flaws.
Yeah.
Where did 1937 Vincent as 1999 Vincent get a gun? Do they just have them lying around at the computer office?
That's a good question.
Because, like, when he showed up...
Do you think that 99 D'Onofrio already had the gun?
I don't think he did. He didn't seem like a gun guy.
He did not seem like a gun guy, but... That doesn't...
Sometimes they surprise you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird.
Yeah. So he has a gun, and he's gonna kill Bierko.
Yeah.
And then and he's chasing him down, and he's gonna kill the... No, he's just chasing down Bierko, and who Cobain's Vincent?
Well, then outside world... Bierko punches in.
Oh yeah,
and makes the reveal that like he knows everything.
Yeah,
and then he shoots. So, top level Bierko in
2025 Bierko.
2025 Bierko in 1999 Bierko's body.
Yep.
Kills 1930s D'Onofrio inside 1999 D'Onofrio's body.
Yeah.
He shoots him in the chest, then he gives him the old Cobain in the head.
Yep.
And then
he goes to go on a rampage.
Yes.
He tries to rape his wife.
Well,
but can you?
No.
And then because he's mad at her for falling in love with 99 Bierko.
Yes.
And falling out of love with him. And well, that's a funny thing. Oh, he's like, "What's so special about VR me?" And she's like, "He reminds me of you without the domestic abuse and murders."
Yep.
Basically.
Yep.
And then he hunts her down crazy style. But I guess she was sort of a step ahead, but it almost didn't work out. I guess she had alerted Dennis Haysbert. Detective Dennis Haysbert, that there's a bad man coming, and if should she find her way to the bottom floor of the building, and there's a man pointing a gun at her, but hasn't killed her yet, then kill him if I'm not already dead. And luckily, it just barely worked out.
Yep.
And
barely.
Yeah. So 2024 Bierko in 99 Bierko gets blasted. So by the rules of this VR, 2025 Bierko died in the game, so he dies in real life, and 99 Bierko gets to move one up.
Yeah.
And so he wakes up in the real world, where he lives in a very nice house with Gretchen Mol, and they fuck while looking at the view where they appear to have ruined the ocean.
They're like weird.
There's a bunch of skyscrapers on the ocean.
Yeah, they're like kind of hovering above, sort of.
I don't like it.
It's strange.
I'm against it, but I'm looking forward to that happening next year by this movie. Oh, and I wrote right when Haysbert blasted him, another classic black savior movie.
Fucking blacks just can't stop winning, can they? They just gotta save us cracker asses all the time. They're not wrong.
And that was the 13th floor. Any other thoughts?
Nope. I
tips,
legitimately
tricks?
took no notes because there wasn't much to take notes on.
Fair enough.
I was just watching the movie thinking, oh, I thought this would be worse.
So, for this last movie, I'm going to intro it and then I'm
No.
and then I'm gonna go piss.
Do not put this evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm putting a little bit of evil on
No,
you. I
do not
really
put this evil on me,
really
Ricky
have to
Bobby.
piss. So
That's fine. I gotta piss too, but I'm not putting this on you.
yeah, because you're less evil than me.
No. There's gonna be silence.
No,
What if I pause it? I would just pause it.
don't pause it.
No, I'm gonna pause it.
What? Look, we need to end
I'm
this.
not the one getting canceled. You are the one.
You don't
who
have to
is
say
the ball licker.
You don't have to say anything bad.
I am the one who is the ball licker. I'm going to fuck your mother and watch while you cry like little girls.
The last movie,
The Last Supper.
The Last Supper,
We will ever have.
the 2022 All Request Spectacular is brought to us by fittingly Pay-Pig Eric, who pay-pigged for this.
Yeah, he's a pig.
It's called Europa: The Last Battle.
No,
this
it's
is
not.
the. Oh, should we
We're not bringing. No.
speak about it in code?
All right, fine. Just do it.
This is part 8 of 10 because it's
we watched all 10 on our own.
well, we
and
watched.
we're only paid for 8.
Yeah, he paid us for 8, but we figured
Number 8, not 8 episodes, just number 8.
just number 8 of 10. But we figured we should watch the other 18 hours of it for context. We didn't, just kidding. But I think we sort of got the idea from this one.
Yep.
So
I don't know that we needed to do anything more.
who could ask for anything more? So the runtime on this was, I believe, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Really trying to get his money's worth. What a coward.
yeah, and we're like, I don't know, I guess, but we're not thrilled about it for the $100. And Eric proceeded to pay the full $200 price, even though it's only 5 minutes over the 2 hour length, as long as he stipulated this is the last movie we review.
Yeah, well, good news. It's going to be the last movie
We
ever
ever
review. So I hope your $200 was worth it, you piece of shit.
Eric writes,
Eric Wright?
good wrestler.
A person. A human being.
Well, boys, this is it. We're coming down to the wire, getting ready to finish another All Request Spectacular. Also, this was written like 2 months ago.
No, this was like somewhat more recent.
probably 1 month ago. I mean, we didn't do a request for like a full month until 2 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
probably yeah. But you have a problem. What's going to be saved for last? How can you end it with a bang? It's really the last question that needs to be answered. So with the final question, I offer you the final solution.
Oh, no.
I'm a man who believes in tradition. And in keeping with tradition of my first 2 requests, What is a Woman and Fat Man, I'm going to have you review something that I've never seen. So he hasn't seen any of the things he requested.
That's fine. You
That's
don't have to.
interesting. But I think you guys are going to love it. Europa: The Last Battle, Part 8, The Holocaust. Someone told me to watch it, and I have not gotten around to doing it. I would like to know who that person is. Because I got questions about that guy.
Yeah.
I do remember them telling me that if I don't believe Part 8 is true, if I watch Parts 1 through 7, it would make me a believer. I really want to know who this guy is now. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen or what you guys are going to think. I've never seen the fucking thing. Good luck. It should also be noted for posterity that in addition to these 3 requests and paying basically double for this request to go last, Eric has been routinely sending us nudes of his girlfriend, who I will go on record in saying I have beaten off to a non-zero amount of times. Your thoughts? Are your eyes closed, or are you just being Chinese? Okay.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
I'm literally sitting here with my eyes open.
I thought you were doing a Ray Charles.
I mean, I'm actively looking at the nudes right now. So, you know what? We've never met the man in person.
Have not. Nor the woman.
I don't know how he does it.
Thumbs up to all parties involved.
You're batting above your weight class there, my friend.
Thumbs up to the photographer and photography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you know? I feel like you know too many people that are willing to have sex with you.
Is your follow-up question, is your dick magic?
That is true. Is it magic? The answer might surprise you. Yes. Hey. Congratulations on pulling way outside of your... Like, you are a utility infielder, and this is Barry Bonds.
You're Frankie Edgar. Fighting Emmanuel Yarborough. Out of your class.
What? All right.
What?
No, just a weirdly obscure reference to make.
What? I'm not going to go big names. Who's got the time for that? This is you can listen to other podcasts for that bullshit.
You know, I will say, I would like to see your boobs.
Yeah, these were mostly behinds.
These are behinds.
Excellent behind.
I like behind.
But I would like to be able to say with full honesty, capital knockers, madam. Because I feel like I would be saying that should I see them. So, something to think about for later.
Ooh, yes. Capital knockers, madam.
So, I'm going to say the first...
Now say, you'll live to regret this.
You'll live to regret this. Well, now I sound crazy.
Okay, now I sound crazy.
So I'm going to say the first line of the movie that is presented in text and audio form. No. And then I'm going to go piss, and you can
okay, you go piss.
Pick up the pieces.
You go piss, and I'm going to watch the newest trailer for The Little Mermaid. Live on air, I'll react to The Little Mermaid.
Live react?
I don't want you to miss out on anything.
Okay. So let's be clear for the next thing I'm going to say and everything else that is said for the rest of the podcast, okay? We are quoting things that are said in a quote-unquote documentary. These are not our opinions. These are someone else's opinions. We're just saying them and then providing commentary on them. All right? All right. First line of the movie. The Holocaust is the term used to spread the belief that 6 million Jews were murdered by the Germans during World War II. We are coming in hot. Are you good? Oh, you're setting up these speakers. Make sure that you haven't ruined my thing. I'm going to go piss.
I wasn't setting up the speakers. I was plugging the laptop back in because I forgot to do it, and then the laptop died, and all my notes are on the laptop. So guess what? Silence until the laptop restarts.
Look, just give
It's almost as if I planned this out in advance, although I didn't.
Just give some general thoughts. I'm going to piss.
You liked it. There are some times in this lifetime.
You had a good time.
In this lifetime, where things... Okay, I'm gonna talk really quiet now, so he thinks I'm talking. I'm not gonna play ball, Scott. I'm not gonna let you get up to go pee, and then I have to sit here by myself doing absolutely nothing because you're like, oh, I don't want to be the one that gets canceled for this awful thing we have to talk about. And so yeah, let's just pretend like. And when he walks back in, I'm gonna pretend like I'm so angry and I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs because that's the only way that I can handle this. This is not like What Is a Woman, where there was a very, very tiny bit of it that I was like, okay, I understand the argument from the other side. This is not something I have an understanding of for the opposite side. In fact, this is pure and like full-on hate speech. And the fact that we're doing this on the air is not something I ever wanted to do with my life. So I'm just gonna keep rambling on until Scott's done peeing, and then as soon as he gets back, guess what? I'm gonna go pee, and then he's gonna have to do all the talking by himself. So that's that. And did he tell you the name of the podcast? The name of the thing? I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really paying attention because I actively don't want to talk about it. So, oh listen, I can hear the bathroom door opening, and he came back just in time for me to go pee also.
What?
Huh? Get back in your seat. Put your face next to your microphone. See ya.
Did you do Little Mermaid?
No.
You said something. The only thing I caught was like, never in your life have you something. Okay, he didn't answer me. He just left. Anyway, I had a nice I had a nice sit down pee. I'm back. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling light. So let's get into this. What do we have? I have what I can only describe as too many notes on this, which I think counteracts Drew's almost none. So together we're in about the right spot. This also very soon references the brave scientists and journalists who are willing to deny the Holocaust. But then it walks it back a bit. It wasn't as Drew's looking sneaky through the door. Now that was a fast piss. It's almost like you didn't need to. It's almost like you're just punishing me for abandoning you.
I almost exclusively never pee standing up, especially at home.
Me neither.
But I've been sitting down this whole time, and I was like, no, I need to stand.
Oh, it was a stand.
So I stand and pee.
Did you go toilet or sink?
Bathtub.
Who?
Sneaky third
Oh,
option.
door number 3.
Yeah.
You feel good?
Yeah, excuse me there, lads.
Oh, dear.
I don't want to interrupt what you're doing, but I had a quick question for you.
Absolutely.
I've been run ashore looking for that white whale of mine, and but there was something brought to my attention on the open seas. Doesn't 6 million seem like it's quite a bit?
I almost fucking spit take at that. Jesus Christ.
It just seems like a very high number.
A new wrinkle to Captain
No,
Ahab.
I'm just asking questions.
Well, he's just like, okay. He's an inquisitor. As an inquisitor.
Now, if you'll
mind.
excuse me, I hear there's an island somewhere off the coast where I can find me a ripe young
in the
lad.
Caribbean.
I'm gonna go look for it, along with my crew of young, hot Latino men. Thanks for allowing me to ask me question.
Of course. This is a science podcast.
This is the scientific pirate question asking portion of the podcast.
Oh, by the way, was that in the bathroom? Was that the Manscaped Weed Whacker 2.0?
It was.
Brand new nose and ear hair trimmer?
It was.
Did I use it?
In my bathroom?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't care. I haven't used it yet.
I'm clean now.
Oh, have I used it? No, I used it.
There you go.
I like it a lot better. Although there's just more power.
And if you would like such a product for yourself, that's right, it's ad read time. But but don't worry, it's not long. If you would like such a product or such other excellent products, what is that you're shoving in your mouth? Real lip smacker. Go to manscaped.com and whatever you buy, and hopefully it's a lot, use promo code CATS20 for 20% off and free shipping almost worldwide. That's promo code CATS20, CATS20. And that was the ad read during the Holocaust denying movie.
2 things I like.
2 things you like.
1, cuts that hurt.
Yep.
No, I like the 2.0, the new 2.0s they sent us. Mm-hmm. The ones with the patterns on them.
The boxers.
The boxers.
Yep.
They're very comfortable. I like
Love
them a lot.
Yep.
And
also
the
wearing mine
body
right now.
exfoliator. Like the
Oh, the shower scrubber.
shower scrubber.
Yeah.
I love it.
You love it so much you brought it to Las Vegas.
Well,
I was like, damn, this guy likes his scrubber.
Like, I naturally have I'm gonna say it, I have nice skin. And
Look at you.
I feel very smooth all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like an otter. But the exfoliator, like,
You know what? You'd make an all right otter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Carry around a giant salmon with me.
Yep.
At all times. Eat things off my belly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's the you know what? If Big Cat was not in the conversation,
Otter's high on the list.
I would consider Otter.
Otter's high on the list.
Buoyant, which I'm obviously not. I'm very afraid of.
That would
water.
be a nice change for
Right,
you.
you get to eat off your belly. You
Yep.
get to carry around a salmon whenever you go.
Yep.
You get to be a rapist because a lot of them are rapists.
They do rapes.
They do rapes. So yeah, I would be an otter for sure.
yeah. Yeah, Otter's a nice pick.
But yeah, I feel like honestly, like I never have flaky skin anymore. Like usually the back of my arms get a little dry, like quite dry.
Yeah.
But like they're never dry anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's so nice.
It's good. I use it too.
To be fair, I'm not using the Manscaped body wash anymore, but I'm back to Dove for Men because it's so fucking good.
I use both. Here's more of a look than you want into Scott's shower habits.
Would you like my unopened bottle of body wash that I'm not going to use, or do you have more than you could ever use?
I've half of one. If you're not going to use it, I'll take it. You have 100, right?
Dear Manscaped, I'm not allergic to your body wash, but P.S. I'm allergic to your body wash.
Fair. That's manscaped.com. Promo code CATS20. I've been using. I'll use it until it's used up, and then go back to one thing. But I've been using the Manscaped body wash on the scrubber thing.
Yeah.
And I do my body, except the parts of my back that I can't reach with it, and then for that
You get your husband to wash your back.
I get my husband to wash my back. I have the puff on a stick.
The rag on a stick.
Rag on a
Because you're
stick.
too fat.
Yeah. And then
I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
and then for some reason, which now that I'm saying it, I don't understand why, I don't use the Manscaped body wash for that. I use the Dove for Men on that, and I do my back and asshole
with Dove.
with Dove on the rag on a stick.
Weird.
Yeah,
You're a weird man, Scott Hansen.
I know.
You're very weird. Now, do you put the body wash directly on the thing? Or
Yes.
do you put it on your body first?
I think you put it on your body.
Oh, I'll
first,
tell you how I put it on my body.
and then you start scrubbing.
I take the Dove body wash bottle.
Yeah.
And I spray it on my chest like I'm oiling up my tits.
Or like something else.
No, because that would be like direct, shoot at my face. This is like from above my head, and I'm like I'm oiling up my tits.
Yeah.
And then I go like around from there and like spread it out.
I pump the wash on the scrubber
Okay.
and go from there.
You're missing out. Next time you shower in like 3 weeks,
I'm actually
do
overdue.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be soon.
give yourself the old tit oil up,
Oil up the tits.
then go from there.
Okay. I'll try it. I'll try
It
it.
creates a nice lather.
I'll try anything once.
Or 3 or 4 times. Even if you didn't like it the first time.
Yeah. Fool me 4 times.
Or you're like, what if the second time is when I'll really like it?
Yeah, I heard it doesn't hurt as much after the first time.
I don't know if that's true.
So there's the brave scientists and journalists who
That's also my first note is
Brave.
I wrote brave scientists.
yeah, like it literally you can put every word in that phrase in quotes except
quotations.
and brave scientists and journalists.
Years spent.
So what do we? Yeah. So it turns out they're not denying that a bunch of Jews were killed in the war.
Well, I think a lot of it is like we're not denying that the Germans did terrible things during World War II. That's not their argument.
Yeah.
They're willing to admit that they hated the Jews and they did terrible things to the Jews. Mm-hmm. They're not willing to admit that they mass genocided the Jews.
That's the thing. But when they first said it, I'm like, so what are we doing here? Like, what's the actual point of contention? And the main thing seems to be gas chambers.
It's all gas chambers. It's more like almost exclusively gas chambers. That the gas chambers weren't real. They didn't use them on the Jewish people.
Yeah.
There's no hard proof evidence of them using them.
Do you, like me, also are trying to find ways not to keep saying Jews over and over? Like, yeah.
Jewish people,
yeah. Well, here's another way to say that. This is a line from the thing, not a line
Can't
from...
get mad because I'm quoting something.
Not a line from Scott. None of this would have happened had the international Jewry not declared war on Germany in 1933.
Uh-huh.
To which I responded, okay, now we're talking.
I like a huge part of their argument, too, is just, like, the numbers.
Well, one's the numbers, and the other appears to be they started it.
Yeah. You asked for this, and we only got a small percentage of you.
Yeah.
Is sort of the argument. I mean, okay, I'm gonna admit right now, I could not get through this whole thing.
I got through this whole
It
thing.
was making me so agitated and angry that I had to like actively walk out of the room and do like a lap of the house and then come back in and try and do more. And then I just like reclined my recliner and was just like, I'm just gonna listen. I'm not gonna watch.
I'm gonna let my eyes glaze over.
And then I was like, I'm gonna do none of these things. So I did half, and then was like, I don't care if I have to return the money. I don't care if I never talk to Big Eric again. I am not giving this movie or episode the respect of finishing it.
I gave it
A full standing salute.
I gave
both
it
this and penis.
extra respect for both of us, so it averages out fine.
Good. There's a big argument early on about how the United States interned the Japanese, Italian, and German communities within their own country.
Yeah, literally, I wrote, America sort of did it, so it's okay if Germany did it too.
Yeah, but
and did it much worse.
The big difference is that the Americans weren't mass genociding people in their internment camps.
This movie would posit that neither were the Germans.
Yeah, sure. But there's a big difference.
Cake was served.
Cake was served. They were invited.
Yeah.
That's Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their whole history. They had cake, and they told the Germans to wipe your feet at the door, please. Goose step your way in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, the argument that the Americans and Canadians interned everybody of the heritage of those countries is like... Well, and their argument is that, like, well, the Americans said they were doing it for their own safety. Like they interviewed like a couple like Japanese who were kids at the time.
Chinese?
No,
Dirties?
no.
Look at these.
No, Malaysians. They interviewed some Japanese people that were like, we were told they were doing it for our own safety.
Yeah,
and then it's like they're like giving all these like excuses of. That the Americans are willing to intern their own people. It's like, yeah, but they weren't interning people because they hated them. They were interning them because they were afraid of what happens if those people are like sleeper agents or working against the government. And then as soon as the war was done, they released them.
Yeah.
And they're like, oops, our bad, go home.
The camps were bad.
Yeah, yeah,
right. They shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
No.
But
they're vastly different.
Seemed a little different.
Vastly different.
Yeah.
Like murder and like doing experiments and like physically abusing people, working them to death is much different than just like, okay, these conditions are terrible, but this is where you live now.
Yeah. Yeah, not exactly the same.
No.
Then they were going like real hard on like U.S. propaganda and most of the initial arguments were America did it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Even though Germany was doing it already way before America.
Like Germany was already 6 years into their internship.
Yeah.
And America had just shown up first day to be like, oh, I'm the new intern. I don't know why I'm using it in Scrubs lore, but
I like it.
America's Dave Franco.
America's Dave Franco and Germany's Zach fucking Braff.
Zach Braff.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Braff Zaxxon.
Yes.
They were showing and like they showed some propaganda stuff. I love how like anti-Japanese propaganda then draws Japanese people as like black.
Yeah.
Like
to really establish that they're not white.
Had no one ever seen a Japanese person before?
No.
Like they look so not Japanese.
Yeah, I think they'd only seen people doing Japanese face.
I guess so.
And at that point, there's no yellow shoe polish.
Yeah.
So you just got to do black.
Yeah. And continuing with the American propaganda, they showed terrible anti-Hitler propaganda from America, one of which was him as an anthro skunk.
Yes.
Because Hitler stinks, which I liked.
He's got a smelly ass.
Yeah, so I was a fan of that.
One of their, huge arguments against the gas chambers was typhus.
Yes.
That was huge part of their argument.
Was the big cause of death.
Yeah, that, the gas chambers weren't for gassing; they were for showering and
ass showers.
And then they interviewed some fucking old lady.
Yeah,
who was like, "No, all I ever remember is going into these showers, and they took our clothes away because we were all filled. It
was for delousing
ticks and fleas, and they deloused us.
Did they use icing sugar? Because I've been told the lice hate it."
Ah, what a reference. Let's put that on the does it hold up, even though we know it holds up.
We know it does.
Let's pretend like we're not sure and then put it on
I
the
like
list.
pretending and just watching movies we like.
Movies we like, yeah. Maybe that should just be the next season.
Pretending
Let's just do movies we like. Let's just watch things we know are great.
Yep.
So like
The lady.
The lady very suspiciously was German.
I mean,
And
Jewish people
I
in
know-
Germany had German accents.
I know, but she's like,
What else? She was
I
wearing
mean,
a rosary.
The whole time we were there, like, I never felt any hatred from the German officers, and they were just trying to keep us all from living and from getting sick. And like, you know what? Being in the camp was like some of the most fun I had during the war. That seems very suspiciously like someone who was a Nazi would say.
That was a real funny thing to say. I'm like, and if all of this is genuine and that's true, your life sucks.
Yeah.
If
Awful.
like you're an older woman now and still the most fun you've had in your life was as a child in concentration camps.
I would like proof that she's Jewish. Show me
Sure.
her penis.
And the another thing was everything was pretty nice until like late 1944. They would just sort of like ran out of supplies and things got tough.
Yeah. And like all the mass graves and stuff and all the like naked bodies were like,
Yeah.
oh, because they were running out of materials and clothing.
Yeah,
and it
so
seemed
when
like
someone died,
it seemed like it was a waste for it to just be laying there with a dead body.
someone died,
and-
you shoo them outside, and then people take their clothes, and now they're their clothes.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh God.
It's like that trans school board member whose wife died. And what's he gonna do? Just not take all her clothes and become
Yeah,
trans?
exactly.
Come on.
What am I going to stay a man? No, I'm a woman now.
My wife died. Now I am my wife. What else is going on here? Then a lot of it was it basically in a roundabout way, because like the enemies and bad guys in this are the communists,
the Russians,
which are Russians.
Yeah.
But they are the communists are part and parcel with the Jews.
Yes.
I think it's like 90.
Yeah.
I wrote 98% of communists were Jews? ? Like that's
Yeah.
seems high.
I know so many Russian Jews.
I mean, there are,
There are, but it's not like all of Russia is Jewish.
it's not like all of not all of the communists were Russian.
No.
And like they're all Jewish. I'm like that seems off to me. Also, what in general, Jewishness aside, because I understand being scared of that. Why were we so scared of communists? Like it almost makes me think that they're doing something right for everyone to be so scared. Oh, have I put you off with my statements?
After we've had so many conversations about how this is going to end us and end the podcast, that we're going to be in so much trouble, and then
I think we're doing well.
Yeah, I don't think you should say on the podcast how you understand how being scared of Jewishness.
I don't think that's what I said.
That's exactly. I'll rewind the tape.
Sorry, was that verbatim?
Verbatim what you said. I don't think that's a good look for the podcast to be saying.
Yeah, but then
I understand why you would be afraid.
Stop saying it. My next sentence was basically pro-communism. So
as if that's an
I
even
feel like
better
that
thing to say.
balances out.
It does not.
Well, I guess moving on.
Scott, America's on the phone. You're in trouble.
America's on the phone, and a second plane has hit the tower.
Yeah.
2001 call.
Yeah. They want their jokes back.
They showed like some document with a bunch of like Bolsheviks being listed, and there's a liberal use of the triple bracket
Yep.
on certain names, and Lenin was Jewish. Is that
Sure.
a thing?
Sure. You're gonna believe what this movie tells you?
That's the thing. I wish there was like a second.
I wish I hadn't killed that fish.
Certainly. I wish there was like a second movie that fact-checked this movie. Because if there was like an independent third party that like checked everything in this and they're like, yeah, everything in this is legit, that wildly affects my opinion versus just watching this movie. Right? You there?
No.
No.
His great grandfather might have been Jewish.
That counts. He's an
Sure.
He's an octoroon.
You're just digging our hole so much deeper.
I know. I can't.
You're gonna get it. You're like.
I can't help myself.
Not only is the podcast gonna get canceled and demonetized, they're gonna put us in federal pound me in the ass prison.
What else?
There was a big argument at some point that more Jewish people died in Bergen-Belsen after the British took over than when the Germans were in charge, but like then very, very quickly glosses over the once because they interview like some old British general guy who, again, I believe is proved to me he's a British soldier, and they're like, well, you know, after the British came and they freed all of the people at Bergen-Belsen, so many more Jewish people died while the British were in charge than all those years that the Germans were in charge. Mainly because they ran out of food and they
because of starvation and typhus.
And they couldn't get anything. But like very quickly glosses over that it wasn't the British fault at all.
Look, just look at the numbers. Don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. No statistics.
Yeah,
it's just the numbers. The numbers they compare. Okay, British did it.
The British did the Holocaust.
British
did concentration camps.
Yeah, fuck. Like I was so angry when I like.
That was pretty stupid. What else? I'm like, we've already covered it, but the showers were showers.
And then they showed like Bergen-Belsen, and they were like, well, if you look at the floor plan, there's nowhere for the gas to like, there's no chamber for the gas. Right. Like all of this was made up by the Russians after they got here.
That was the big thing. Like
the Russians lied about everything.
It said Russian Jews made up the gas chambers and told the Jewish-owned New York Times, and Bob's your uncle, basically.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah. That was...
Ipso facto, Jews did it. Jews did their own Holocaust, is what this movie's telling you.
That was kind of the story. One turn of phrase I liked was Allied terror bombings destroyed most of the German infrastructure. I'm like, okay, so we've definitely chosen sides here.
Yep.
The Allied terror bombings. Which is why they, lost all their supplies and people were starving to death. Yeah. Things would have been fine if
the Allies had just backed off.
If the Allies had left well enough alone.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't.
Nope, probably not.
Be calling it well enough.
Probably not.
Anyway, what other things did I write down?
I only have one more note.
World War II.
Where I stopped watching, so you can keep going, and I'll throw in my thing when I feel like I want to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, your thing comes a little later.
I don't know. I don't even know where we are anymore because I don't care. So, like, I'm fine. At one point, the guy, like the narrator guy, whoever the fuck he is.
Yeah. Okay. Accent.
I don't know, Chinese.
What? In, like...
Oh, like what accent the guy was doing?
What the hell was it?
Oh, I thought you were saying
nothing.
What's my favorite accent that you do?
Oh, Chinese.
No, Indian maybe.
Where the hell is the narrator from?
Couldn't tell you.
I have never heard. I just wrote, what fucking accent does this narrator have?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was something weird.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm done. Continue.
I thought you were saying
you cut me off, and I don't even give a shit anymore. The narrator guy at some point was going very hard on like defending Himmler.
Yeah, actually, Himmler
like, very hard because he was like
nice.
He was putting out all of these like reports and letters and stuff that like no German officers are to harm any Jews, and if they did, they were immediately put in jail or prison or executed because the Jewish people were not to be harmed, and Himmler was the hero, and the Americans can fuck off.
See, I didn't know that story.
Yeah, that's where I was like, oh, I'm done with this.
Makes me see things in a different light.
If you're going to pretend that the Nazi is the good guy, I'm done. So that's why I turned it off.
Fair enough. I didn't.
That's great. I'm going to mute my microphone and you can keep talking so I'm not on record with you. I'm muted.
So what else we got here? They were shocked to find the conditions their bombing campaigns had helped to create, these allied terrorists. And very much just a running thread was actually Russia were the bad guys in World War II. And I'm like, well, I mean,
kind of.
They were
the bad guys after World War II.
Certainly. And also during, like, they killed more people. I don't think anyone will disagree that they killed more people in World War II. That killed more of their own people in World War II than anyone.
I'm glad you corrected that.
They were putting up numbers. They were putting up self-owned numbers.
Yeah.
The likes of which we've never seen. Well, it's like
and never will again.
20 million more.
More than 20 million, I think.
20 million 5. Quote.
I like that it autofills.
Oh, they know.
It says that the civilian and military deaths combined for the Soviet Union was 24 million.
Good numbers. Really thin out the herd.
Yeah. United Kingdom was 450,000, and the United States was 418,000.
Yeah. Which COVID did like 50 times that.
If it was real.
So why are we? How come we're not as mad at COVID as we are at World War II, at the Holocaust?
The Holocaust? Oh, I don't think you should have said that, but okay.
Although I really like that that COVID deaths
Don't do it.
tweet I made. That was like 6.1 million, something like. Finally, a disputable 6 million for my generation.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. We'll see how it shakes out. Hey, and you know what? If worse comes to worse, it's been a pleasure, Drew. We've done good work here. Not today, but we've done good work in the past.
It's all over. It's all fucking over.
What else do we have? So Russians basically made up the gas chambers after the war to the extent of like renovating rooms in the camps to look like gas chambers and like adding a fake chimney and all kinds of shit like that. Then I wrote, uh-oh, they're getting me. The gas is explosive. They have crematoriums right there. They don't have airtight gasketed doors or non-explosive switches. It seems like everything would have just blown up if they had done the gassing. And then I had to take a walk. I'm like, chill. They say it would have taken 68 years to execute 6 million people. I said, okay, I get back on track here. I would love if one of these scientists didn't have a German name.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
I feel like there might be some bias.
You don't say.
Yeah. The only mass graves they ever found are in the East, and those were probably Russia. Mm-hmm. They're the real bad guys. The wooden door with a glass window on it that opens inward and locks from the inside is less than ideal as a gas chamber door. But again, that's the thing. Like, is any of this true? I don't know.
I'm not gonna believe anything from anything in this movie. So the answer's no. It's not true.
Yeah. Actually, the Allies killed most of them with the bombings. That's another fun take. Mm-hmm. Apparently there was both gas chamber and 6 million talk in World War I, which again, is it true? I don't know.
Not that I've ever heard of.
Who's to say? And then they're saying some people were doing certain things, and I responded, I mean, I'd lie too if I got reparations money in my own country. I get it. In general, I do, if anyone did that, who's to say? I do hope at some point they did make people soap, which was one of the claims. They apparently were the bad guys, aka the Allies and Russians, would have you believe that they were just doing full like Ed Gein shit, like lampshades out of skin, soap out of people fat. I'm like, I could take her leave the skin, but people soap sounds actually kind of interesting. Apparently they tried the whole story again in Iraq in 1991, which I didn't know, and also is probably not true. I wondered if we'd get to Anne Frank, and we did.
Cool.
Always fun. Whose dad apparently wrote the whole thing after the fact. and then sold it. I mean, her dad did sell it. That part's true. But I don't know if he also wrote it. There, I wrote, long time spent on, actually, the camps were fun. It was like camp. I had my first kiss there. We went swimming. What do we have? Then we got some numbers again. Who knows if they're true? Probably not. But I'm just reporting the news. In all of German-occupied Europe, there were 2.4 million Jews. After the war, 3.8 million applied for Holocaust reparations. Tragically, the remaining 6 million were lost, that was actually a pretty funny line. And apparently the 6 million line has been going on since the late 1800s, originally about Russia. And then apparently there's a prophecy in the Talmud or Torah, I can't remember which is which, that you will return to the Holy Land minus 6 million. I'm like, if that's true, that's interesting, but I bet it's not. And yeah, it's always been sort of like a magic religious number. Again, take that weed out of your mouth. Don't you do a weed. Are you doing a weed right now? You did a weed. You did miss a good part where
I don't think you should be laughing while reviewing this.
It's serious business.
Right.
They basically did this was actually true and verifiable. I guess a guy and a woman well after the fact faked a story that their relationship began in the camps and he was in the camps and she was on the other side. I guess she wasn't Jewish, and like brought him an apple every day or something, and then years and years later they met and realized who each other were and fell in love and got married, and they were on Oprah and all kinds of shit, and then it came out that it was a total fucking lie. And like, hey, I love the faking for attention story, and they played it once they started doing like the reveals that it was faked. They added a laugh track, which I thought was bold. And then same thing with communism. Like, obviously communism has not worked out well in practice ever, but like at its base, it's a nice idea where everyone's on relatively the same level and like no one is in destitute poverty, although it seems to happen whenever they do communism. Everyone except like 5 oligarchs are in destitute poverty, but in theory it's a nice idea. And then in the same way, because there's a lot of blaming the evil globalists, which is such a right-wing buzzword, and like how is globalism inherently worse than nationalism? Like, I don't really get it, because this thing was so pro-nationalism and anti-globalism. Like, borders are everything, basically. I'm like, I don't really get why globalism is so evil. Like, I've looked into it zero, because I'm not some Reddit nerd. But just at face value, I don't get the issue. But your thoughts?
That guy who made up that love story is dead.
Oh, it's a sad story. And then one of the last clip in the movie was from like 90s Montel Williams show, where a black audience member, they were doing question time, and he straight up like asked like first of all, it did sort of set itself up for this, because I think the Montel Williams episode was, did the Holocaust happen?
What?
Legit. And then a guy in the audience, in my head he's in overalls, but that might have been something my brain added later. But he asked, like, just I honestly don't remember what it was. It was just like the craziest, most Holocaust denying question I've ever heard, and I think that was the last clip of the movie. And yeah, my last 2 notes were just, what fucking accent does this narrator have? And damn typhus, snap. And that was. Are you looking for the Montel Williams thing?
Bam.
And that was Europa, The Last Battle, Part 8, which none of you will probably ever hear.
Good.
Because YouTube probably won't let us put it up. But we'll see if we sneak one by one last time and get to keep doing our thing. This is the season finale of season 5.
This is the series finale.
This is definitely the season and probably the series finale. We're back next week, unless you have more important things.
No.
Have you found any cool Montel Williams stuff?
Nope. Couldn't find it. I don't think it's real.
You know what? The whole thing is probably fake. And that's my plausible deniability. This is the season finale. Mainly so we can put up our cool new art from Dry Juice next week, which I'm going to have to remember how to change the art, unlike all the RSS feed
right,
stuff.
You had to do it for a while.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, but maybe there'll be new art. And it's done, and if I figure out how to do it, I can do it. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna do a couple game shows.
We have some fun.
That's not the theme of the season, but that's what we're doing first.
It's a good wind down
Yeah.
from all of the intense note taking and hatred and exhaustion and lack of enthusiasm on some people's parts.
I'm gonna read, actually related to lack of enthusiasm.
Oh.
No, it's a twist ending.
Oh.
Going into Tuesday, 3 days ago, when we recorded the 5-hour part. It already happened. The 5-hour part 2 of the last full request show.
Yeah.
You were well within your rights to already be exhausted. You were on day 4 of 6.
Yep.
Of getting up at 5 for
and I closed
work every day.
Monday, opened Tuesday.
Closed Monday, opened Tuesday, a classic.
Podcasted for 5 hours.
And then podcasted 5 hours on Tuesday. And leading up to pressing record, it was nothing but, I'm not fucking doing anything. I hate you. But when we did it, you were totally fine.
Yeah, you know why?
You brought it. You're a pro.
Because I was jacked about Erased.
You know what?
And then once Erased happened, my energy went.
But you, like, even through the end, you kept it up well, and much better than you were leading me to believe with everything you said that day up to that point.
Well, then give me a fucking reward.
I will give you a reward. Kiss on the lips. Oh, and
about your sis?
Yeah, and we also forgotten for like 3 shows, but we saw a bear.
We saw a goddamn real life bear.
Was it on the way back from Anton's?
Way on the back from Anton's going up the mountain.
Yeah.
We came down the other side, and there was just like a large
black
black thing on the side. And we're like, that's a fucking bear!
Yeah, that was really something. And we kept forgetting to mention it because we were so jazzed. First about our noodles.
First time we got back, we were too full from all the noodles and our brains weren't working.
That's true.
And then the next time we had forgotten we saw a bear. And then I mentioned it before this episode.
Yeah.
And somehow still forgot to mention it.
Yeah, but we got it in hour 3.
Yeah, 3:40.
A quick one.
Yeah, well, if you hadn't rambled on about your support of
about your favorite movie,
about Holocaust revisionist history, then
let me read to you and our fine listeners the message I sent to you.
Don't fucking do it.
When I finished taking notes for my last movie.
Are you gonna read what I said?
I'll read what both of us said. I say, done. I'm done taking notes for movies forever. No more notes. No more movies, in fact. I hate movies. I hate you. I hate myself. You said, kill yourself. I said, done.
And?
Oh, is there...
Did you kill yourself?
Yeah, I'm dead now.
Nice.
Nice.
That's all I wanted.
So, yeah,
all I wanted was a dead Scott.
I am super hyped to watch a movie of my choice and not take notes.
I agree.
And those choices will be the entire Harry Potter series.
It's so weird.
I don't know why.
Why?
I feel
I
like I
haven't even seen them.
need to. I think I have maybe in the past seen all but the last one.
Okay.
And I don't remember any of them besides could have been so much better Cat TF in the second one. And could have been better Werewolf TF in the third one.
I've seen 1 to 3.
Yeah.
And I don't remember a thing that happens in any of them.
So I'm going to check them out. I'm going to report back. But I'm not going to take notes.
What?
I'm just going to sit
Liar.
and enjoy them.
Boo,
And
boo,
watch how
boo, liar. Take
what-
more notes.
and watch how
Boo.
Dumbledore becomes a different guy in one of the fairly early ones.
Well, he fucking dies.
Is it just does he die for the first one?
It's maybe the second one.
Yeah. It's early. It's early in the mix.
Yeah. It sure is.
So, yeah, not that anyone's still listening, but
Nope.
new
And
season
guess
starts.
what? You're never going to listen again because this is the end.
Yeah, so the new season that we're not doing starts next week. We're going to open light with some game shows. And then we're going to try to do the Wrestling 2022 awards. And then...
Maybe.
Look. And then at some point we're also going to do our top 10s of 2020, our top 10s of 2021, and then the actual like the bulk of the season are we just gonna do Does It Hold Up movies? Are we also gonna sprinkle some SVU in there?
I don't know. I think we can do whatever we want. I think it'll probably mostly be Does It Hold Up? And then if we just kind of get the hankering for like some SVU or some Next Generation.
Sure.
Or like whatever we feel like doing. This is going to be the have fun season.
It's gonna be a loosey-goosey, as evidenced by starting with game shows.
Yeah. So
And-
I think we're gonna call it. Is Scott smarter than a fifth grader? But we're not gonna do it in the format of
No.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Yeah.
Like it's definitely going to be a lot more just like general trivia.
We couldn't find enough 10-year-olds to do it the proper
I mean,
way.
I can find a couple.
You need a kid, I can get you a kid.
If you need a kid, you're barking up the right tree. No, I think it's going to be a lot of just trivia or like I'll give you like here.
AIDS?
Can you name the 10 this, and then you just have to name them. It'll be like that kind of trivia, right? Just answering questions.
We'll be able to definitively answer if I am smarter than a fifth grader,
yeah.
regardless of if we involve any actual fifth graders.
I think no.
You think no?
No, I think you're too stupid.
Smart money's on no.
I think you're too
I don't know. I
stupid.
got that Keith Rainier IQ and personality.
Yeah.
This sidebar. Can I brand your pussy?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Thank you.
Bussy. You pronounced it wrong. It's B, not B.
Brand that pussy. I would love to
Brand that
I would
pussy.
love to brand my initials right beside your asshole.
Yeah, sure.
This is daddy's ass.
Daddy ass.
Not daddy ass. And then at some point later, once we're able to watch movies in bulk again, and I think we're gonna try to do like we did in season 2 for like we did with the 2010s, do our top 10s of every year of the aughts, the OOs through the Niners. And that's the plan for like the next while. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm just like anything where I don't got to take notes. And even for the best ofs, don't have to take notes. You just have to watch them and decide if you like them.
Yeah.
That's easy. I can do that. I'm happy to do that. And if I don't like them, fucking turn them off. Although that being said, I like never do that.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. Like I really like to try and finish things.
Yeah.
But
There are very, very few that they've got to be like actively offensive and not offensive in a funny way. So it's very specific, the conditions under which I will not watch a movie all the way through.
I will only turn things off if I can tell.
They're denying the Holocaust.
If I can tell very early on, just like the production quality is too bad.
This is gonna
like the
suck.
acting is bad, or
Yeah.
they're like they have no budget for like editing, sets, visual effects, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or if just there needs to be something of interest or like uniqueness or bizarrity in
No.
in the first like 35 40 minutes,
Give me something.
or else I'm like no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do genuinely try to finish everything I can.
Yeah, usually because there were ones for our Oscar episodes and ones for the best of 2010s episodes where I'm like, I don't know why I'm still watching this
Yeah,
movie.
like I know this isn't gonna make the list.
There's no way it's gonna make my list
Yeah.
for anything, and yet here I am. I need to know how it ends.
See, sometimes I don't care about how it ends, or I will just fast forward till there's like 15, 20 minutes left and then just watch the end of it.
Until you see a penis.
And then I'm like, okay, done. Well, if it's an earlier Steve McQueen movie, then I know there's going to be lots of penis.
Absolutely.
Lots of big, meaty, uncut, German-British penis.
That's the dream. And that was number 144. So thanks for a truly staggering amount of requests, guys. You
Just imagine if they were all $100.
if we hadn't started at 20 like a couple of fucking idiots.
Well, we started at 20 because we didn't think we would get... we were like, if we go too high, we might not get enough
So let's go
requests.
for bulk. And so we did.
Yeah. So next time
Lesson learned.
when we do 100 and we still get 440 movies, then we'll be billionaires.
And you can quit your job.
Yeah.
Or just quit your job anyway.
I would love to quit my job anyways.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch Steve McQueen and Bullet?
And not hashtag not my Steve McQueen.
Why? Because he's straight and white?
Yeah, don't show me that disgusting Steve McQueen on a DVD cover. I got no time. We're trying to find another Steve McQueen movie.
Yeah, I think I only have a couple and they're not near me.
The Gay Escape.
Le Mans.
The greatest gape.
The Greatest Gape.
That's pretty good.
Is that what they call you? You're a gaper?
In college.
You didn't go to college. You went to university.
Yeah, but see that I'm always torn between.
Yeah, well, I know you are because you're a gaper.
I'm always torn in half. I'm always torn between accuracy and something sounding better for the joke, because like when you somehow Black Thunder comes up and I say like that was my nickname in college. That was my nickname in college is funnier sounding than that was my nickname in university. But I went to university. I went to an accredited ass university. So
Accredited ass university.
yeah. I didn't go to some fucking Arizona State horseshit, although I think that's also a university. I didn't go to Harvard College.
Harvard.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, we're done.
I'm tired of this now. Thanks
Yeah,
everybody.
I mean, you're the one that keeps rambling. I've been done for weeks.
I was gonna say you were done quite early in the last request, and
Yes, sir.
And I applaud your economy of words. So thanks for this. Season 4 seems like it just started, but here we are at the finish already. It's been only. It's been. You know what? I'm gonna find out how long it's been, and then shut this off. Probably forever. Not our choice, but the right choice. Nevertheless, we don't deserve to keep doing this. Where the hell do we... Oh yeah, I had forgotten what this season even was.
Uh-huh.
This season was like director, actor.
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
That was a million... You want me to read every single one of those movies too? Because I also have a list for that.
You know what?
No.
You should.
Seriously?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably.
We're just under 4 hours. I can do it before we get to 4 hours.
Can you?
Probably.
Let me just see where the episode is. There's the first season 4 one. We started with Beef 2014, of course, and it went up just days ago on November 1st, 2021.
Yep.
It's been
It's been
over a year and a half. How did we do?
Beef.
Nice.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Nice.
Do you want my ratings or no?
Sure. If you can do it under 4.
Yeah.
If that thing hits 4,
stop interrupting me.
God help you.
Beef 3. Wet Hot American Summer 4. They Came Together 3.5. Southland Tales 2.5. That seems high.
Too high.
The Box 1. Sweetest Thing 1. Furry Vengeance 1.5. Bedazzled 3.5. Multiplicity 3. Desperate Measures 2. Reversal of Fortune 2.5. Bulworth 2.5. Dick Tracy 3. Injustice for All 3.5. Rollerball 3. Thief 5. Manhunter 4.5. 25th Hour 2. Chirac 2. Half Baked 3.5. Crossroads 1.5. Bonfire of the Vanities 3. Blowout 5. Raising Cain 4. Mission to Mars 3.5. The Hudsucker Proxy 3.5. Lady Killers 2. Sextuplets, well, sort of.
Sextuplets JK.
JK. And then I guess I didn't add. Was that it?
Well, I think it was just.
It was Sextuplets Back to Beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done. Oh no, we did Sextuplets. We didn't do the previous two Marlon Wayans.
We did Sextuplets. And then we went to Beef.
Back to Beef, baby.
To Beef. And then we reviewed the Beef podcast.
And what was your rating for that? What was your reviewing of our Beef podcast?
2.
Solid.
We suck.
Turn it off.